year prior in 2023, going into 2023,
Mhm.
after beating the Eagles. He was number one. So how do you fall after you just repeated what you did? Now, Tyreek being the top receiver by his peers, I agree with that.
Tyreek Hill, top player in the league, voted
But
by his
top
peers.
player, I don't know. I don't know about that.
By his peers voting.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that.
I like Christian McCaffrey and Lamar Jackson ahead of Patrick Mahomes too. Just go ahead.
Like, I don't know about that. I mean, he beat all of that. He beat all three of them. That's the funny part.
Yeah.
He beat Tyreek, he beat McCaffrey, and he beat Lamar
Jackson. Yeah.
Oh my God, man. Okay.
Speaking of Tyreek Hill being the best player in the NFL, did you see the NFL has changed the rule that receivers cannot be in motion during the snap?
I feel like that's they're taking the shot at the Mike McDaniel and really the Kyle Shanahan offense.
That is exactly what they're doing. So now a player must come to a receiver must come to a complete stop while the ball is being snapped. So no more of this, Tyreek Hill is famous for that. The whole motion thing, he gets kind of a head start and boom, he is off to the races.
So I feel like it must be if you are they want everybody standstill. They don't want anybody, they want everybody flat-footed. They don't want somebody with the speed of Tyreek or speed of Debo having a head start, I guess. But
it's more like they're trying to, I guess, help the defense out a little bit like that because of the head start stuff.
Or maybe they didn't want people thinking they're Canadian football.
It does look a little high schoolish. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to be a homer on this. It does look a little high schoolish whenever you see, and I mean, I'm not saying, hey, take every advantage that you can get, but it does look like high school formation whenever they do that stuff. So maybe I think it's more of just, they want to give the defense more of a fighting chance and the offense less of a chance to get ahead. So I don't know. We'll see a lot of different rule changes. We'll get into the whole kickoff that it doesn't look like the XFL or the USFL or the UFL, but it's from there. So it still looked pretty violent to me in that Hall of Fame game, the kickoffs, but they're trying to make it a more dynamic, bring back, as they say, what is it, make kickoffs great again? I don't want to get into that. I'm just saying they want to see more returns, and congratulations to Devin Hester, by the way, the greatest return man of all time, inducted into the, I was going to say Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Pro Football Hall of Fame last night.
No, it's today.
It was last night, though. They had the ceremonies.
They had the ceremony last night?
Yeah.
Really?
We have audio. I watched it online.
No, I thought it was Saturday. Maybe it was last night.
You are 95% of the time right, but
it's usually on Saturdays, but okay.
I'm telling you. Offensive lineman, this is kind of unfortunate, actually. Offensive lineman Zion Nelson and receiver Michael Redding III will not be part of this year's Hurricanes football team due to injury. They're neither expected to return to the team nor transfer, which basically means their careers are over, at least at the college level. Nelson has not played since 2022, and Redding played in 2 games last season. Remember Zion Nelson? He was considered a pro prospect for a while, and injuries have just gotten the worst of him. And I remember in 2022, kind of caught a little heat saying, I don't know if it's as much of his knee or his heart.
It's today.
They had it last night.
No, they always have a little dinner, like something to meet, or the ceremony's today. But they always have like a conference or whatever. They have a speech, but it's not the real speech.
Too much going on, man.
It's in a weather delay right now. A lot of weather delays in Canton. They had to cancel the game because of weather delay.
Don't want anybody getting hurt.
No, I just want to make sure people, if you're a big Devin Hester fan, and
well, I'm guessing if you're a big Devin Hester fan, you already probably knew that.
Well, I mean, we have, we're on the air. We can't be giving false information here.
There was a ceremony last night. I was watching
but it was so.
Okay, say they had the actual ceremony whenever the rain clears today. Woohoo! It's gonna be exciting. I didn't know. Chaminade Madonna's Donta Simpson has committed to the U. The D lineman is considered a 3-star recruit. Devin Hester and Andre Johnson will be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame later on today whenever the weather clears. There will be, after that said, 11 Miami Hurricanes enshrined in Canton, Ohio.
That's a lot. Who has the most? Which university has the most?
I did not look that up.
I'm going to check that out.
I was more worried about the U. It's all about the U, baby. You know that. Marlins blew a 3-0 lead last night and fell to the Braves 5-3. They play again tonight at 7:20. Miami has yet to name a starter for tonight's game. Inter Miami face Tigres tonight at 8 in Houston as part of League's Cup play. Both teams have advanced and are playing for seeding in the round of 32. The Herons will face either Toronto FC or Pachuca from Liga MX, which is Mexico's league.
So the answer to the question, Notre Dame and Southern California, USC is tied with 14. Michigan and Miami's now tied with 11.
All right. Devin Hester, Andre Johnson.
They're third. They're tied for third.
Did you know about this?
What's that?
English Premier League's Wolves will face Germany's Bundesliga's Leipzig at Chase Stadium tonight at 7.
No, I didn't know about that. Why didn't they promote this?
I mean, it's a friendly, but I mean, like, I didn't know anything about it.
And why at Chase? They could have gotten people at the Hard Rock. Maybe there's a
no
concert. You don't think so?
No.
Yeah, you can, man.
For Wolves and Leipzig?
Yeah, bro. You can.
I don't even think it'll be sold out tonight at Chase.
I think
of course, they didn't promote it, so it's hard to tell.
But their fan base would know.
I mean,
there's Germans out here.
Yeah. Enough Wolves and Leipzig fans to fill up Hard Rock, or at least half Chase Stadium. Yeah, I don't know. We'll check it tonight. I want to check. I'll check in with my people at Chase Stadium and see what's the crowd like tonight. Of course, they didn't promote it either, so I guess that's one of those things. Stanley Cup is in Sweden as it visits Panthers' Gustav Forsling and Oliver Ekman Larsson. So it was in Finland, now in Sweden, making the global tour. Interesting stuff. Did you hear about this? I'm just head up. I want everybody to know this. The Marlins will hold their annual Panthers night September 6th against the Phillies, where several Panthers players will be at the stadium, of course, because they're getting ready for training camp. And if you buy a certain package of tickets, you can get a Marlins-themed Panthers jersey/sweater. So basically, it looks like the Panthers sweater, but it's got the Marlins emblem on it. But you got to buy a package of 10 tickets. It's certain packages.
Okay.
Just, keeping that in mind. Dolphins public practice earlier today was canceled due to inclement weather. They had it inside their facilities. The next public practice is Monday at 10:40, then Tuesday and Wednesday joint practices, Vlad, with the Falcons before they play Friday at 7.
Yeah, we're going to see big Penix energy, Michael Penix.
Yes, that is true. Probably won't see Kirk Cousins.
No, you're not going to see Kirk Cousins.
Vlad, you'll be there.
I will.
I cannot wait. I do not want food updates. I just want sports updates, please.
Who's gonna give you? I'm not you.
No, I'm not. I don't give food updates. It's the last thing I talk about.
You give drinking updates.
I don't drink at those events.
You would like, hey, they're tailgating right now.
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you got to be out at the tailgates. You got to talk to the fans. Actually, I got a lot of scoop from fans and told, people like, what are you here to see and stuff like that. And everybody thought that was funny. And then all of a sudden, Devon Achane was the big deal. And they were like, everybody started talking about it. I was like, wow, who said it first? That everybody was looking out for Devon Achane. They're like, well, I don't know. We could have talked about it. No, you didn't. It was me. I'll be here in the studio representing for the post game. I'm excited. We'll have you on. We'll have you from the locker room. We'll have some of the players talking. It'll be great stuff, lad. You know what you're doing. You do it all the time. You did it for the Panthers in the finals.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Sounds awesome.
It'll be fun. It's the first preseason game, bro. You think it's going to be exciting, man?
Yes.
No, it's not, bro. It's not going to be exciting.
So be sure to tune into the pregame and the postgame and the whole thing because it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna fake the fuck.
I'm not
on the first preseason game with a bunch of guys we don't know yet. It's not like the starters are gonna be playing this game, no, because they're gonna be doing the joint practice. That's the other thing. The joint practices are the one. That's where the starters get their real work in. And you might not see Tua at all this preseason. I wouldn't be shocked.
Maybe game 3, the dress rehearsal. You want to get a little bit.
Oh yeah, because it's the 2 weeks, right? Because of the 2 weeks.
Yeah, they get some time off.
But yeah, we'll see.
Team USA is up 64-45 on Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico finishing off their their run, it seems like. And it looks like Team USA is going to business. Love Puerto Rico. Love Puerto Rican team. Jose Alvarado's my dude, but gotta roll with Team USA always. Some other Olympic news. Of course, we talked about Simone Biles winning on the vault. Also, the women's soccer team defeated Japan in the quarterfinals 1-0 with an added extra time goal from Trinity Rodman. It was a Wunder goal too, by the way. If you get a chance, go ahead and check that out. And my dude Noah Lyles, he finished second in his opening heat of the 100 meters, but promises to finish first on all the rest of the races from here on out. Apparently, He took it a little light that first race. He thought it was going to be a little easy. And he goes, "Oh, if that's what people want," his words, not mine. "If everyone wants to come here for the Olympics and blow their load every race, I'm ready." That's what he said. From here on out, no allows. I'm not worried. Not worried at all.
Come on, Lyles likes to just be controversial.
Yeah, but he looked really caught off guard in that first race, man. He thought he was literally going to walk out there with flip flops on and go, win the 100-meter. It was a heat. Don't get me wrong, and I easily advanced to the next round. But now he's realizing, like, whoa, I can't just show up and win. So there you go. All right, there you go. Let's take a step into the day spa. Don't let Jason Tatum's horrible play fool you, Vlad.
I can see that, yo, bro. Not only Tatum not
Get him
playing,
out of there.
not only, but also Steph Curry's just missing open 3-pointers.
Jason Tatum missed a putback just now. Devin Booker just got blocked. Okay, here we go. A woman regrets spending $90,000 on her wedding day because she did not lose weight to look her best. She also said she bought an ill-fitting dress. She also didn't test the food and drinks before, so they weren't that good at the reception. I think she has more regrets than just that.
90 stacks is a lot, bro.
For a wedding, yeah. Might be the wedding in general, but yeah. Insult to injury, salt into the wound. Ooh. Anthony Weaver, new defensive coordinator. There's a new sheriff in town. Dolphins going to be bullies? Are they going to be bullied? We'll hear from him next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
WQAM, your favorite station.
Early on in this Dolphins camp, it seems like there's a couple themes that need to be addressed. The main theme is this team is no longer going to be the finesse team. They're going to be the bullies. Huge fight breaks out. When I say huge, big enough fight breaks out. That was Tuesday at Dolphins camp. Apparently, running back Jalen Wright and Cater Kuhu got into it. A couple other guys jumped in. Another rookie, Pierre Paul, suplex Cater Kuhu.
That's a big boy.
Yeah, he is big. And from what I'm reading on Omar Kelly's Twitter page, that he is continually getting better and better and better. He said it was rough at first, but every day shows a little bit of improvement. But there was a huge fight. Tyreek Hill actually said, look, the fight is all right. A couple of guys weighed in. Teron Armstead said fights happen. And that's true. At camp, fights happen. Nothing to really read into. He says, as long as you fight on the field and not in the locker room, that's the way to go. That's the way this team is going to be. That's kind of the attitude of this team. Then to make things even more interesting, after practice in the locker room, Jalen Ramsey got up for 10 minutes apparently and gave a long speech about how the fight was okay and that this team is tough and they're changing the mentality of being a finesse team. And that's one of the things you hear from this team over and over and over again is that they want to be bullies this year. They want to be the tough guys. They're not going to be a finesse team. They're coming for you. And maybe the mentality has been brought over by one Anthony Weaver. He's the new defensive coordinator. He's come from the Baltimore Ravens, and we all know the Baltimore Ravens, if there's one thing they are not, the one thing they are not is soft. Anthony Weaver did speak with the media the other day and touched on a bunch of different issues, but one of the first issues that he talked about was, can he make this Dolphins team a lot like the Ravens, a bunch of bullies?
Yeah, I think with the guys we have on defense, it certainly is innate. So it's our job to make that come to life. And you do that through your actions, right? You do that through your actions daily, just going out there on the practice field and trying to be purposeful and have clear intention in what we're trying to get done and trying to solve all our problems with our pads. And ultimately, we get an opportunity to do that 17 times this year. And hopefully at the end of the day, they say we are bullies.
It's good to see that Anthony Weaver is bringing that mentality. And Vlad, I can't tell you whether the Dolphins are going to be bullies or not this year. I don't know. It's training camp, not even preseason yet. But I will say having that mentality and kind of having that as the forefront, it's a good start.
Well, it's clearly this must be a narrative going around the league.
Right.
That they're soft. I know one of the players, Jordan Poyer, we talked about last week, talking about they knew that the Dolphins would fold easily if they get punched in the mouth or to have any type of adversity. And now there was also a player this week that was talking about being bullish, like they wanted to be the bullies. And then Anthony Weaver is talking about that. So it's either you got it or you don't. You can't teach to be,
Well, it does make a difference, though. I think that they're sitting there talking about it and trying to make it a concerted effort to be like that. Now, does it make you bullies? No, but does it make you a little bit tougher? Yeah. Every team knows there's things they have to work on, and it just seems like this team is now making it a point to be bigger, stronger, tougher, and more bullies and less finesse.
Right. Jordan Brooks was talking about, he also talked this week about why, the defense needs a bully mentality. And obviously Anthony Weaver is putting that in there, but it's either you have it or you don't.
Right. But it seems like you bring guys like Jordan Poyer in and you bring guys like Anthony Weaver in. And one of the first things probably in their interview was, you guys have a mentality, or you guys have this, kind of.
And was that the defense? Because I don't think Christian Wilkins was was soft. I think everybody thought he was a bully. He was an annoyance.
I think just the teams overall, it's looked at as a finesse team, and they're just trying to change that. And they've got the new guys in here that are like, hey, look, we've been on teams that are bullies. We need to be more like this. We need to make more of an effort to do this. So, like I said, does that translate into them being less of a finesse team and more physical? I think at some point it does, but I don't know if it totally turns you into the Baltimore Ravens. I think it's one of those things. It's a process, but I do like the attitude of that. Of course, that defense is always going to be tested because we know the Dolphins' offense is great. And Anthony Weaver was asked about having to face that prolific Dolphins offense. He says it makes the defense better every day.
Absolutely. I got to be honest. I can't wait to face another opponent because our offense is so talented, but it's iron sharpens iron, right? So for us, the opportunity to go against them each and every day, we know that they're the best. So for us to go out there and compete daily and have this kind of back and forth just shows that defensively we can also chase those same goals.
Iron sharpens iron. I like that. I really do believe that works. I also believe it can mess with your psyche a little bit when you're playing up against a great offense every single day, but they've kind of embraced that. It kind of seems like that's one of those things. And let's be honest, Vic Fangio came with that tough man attitude too last year. So let's not say Anthony Weaver's the tough guy.
That's what I'm
year.
saying. Like,
right.
Vic Fangio he ain't no cupcakes.
Right. And no, we're being honest. We're calling it out. We're not saying this year's team.
Jerome Baker was not he wasn't a cupcake at linebacker. Like I don't think the defense I thought was any had the narrative of being soft. And I don't even think the offense it was always about the speed. How would they do in inclement weather? How would the Miami Dolphins play in conditions that weren't ideal? I don't think that's you have to be a bully, to play, what I mean, to play in inclement weather. You don't. You just got to be.
You got to have that tough man mentality.
You got to execute and have a better game plan. Like run the ball. You want to have a bully mentality? Run the ball.
Well, they've got plenty of running backs. Raheem Mostert, Devon Achane. Now they got Jalen Wright, who got into a fight the other day, started a fight the other day. But yeah, they just have maybe more of a tougher, mean mentality. Maybe that'll translate to better play at the end of the season. We don't know. Now, one guy that I'm very hopeful for, Vlad, and I want you to watch him very closely because I watched him very closely in the preseason last year, and I'll keep an eye on him. One, Cam Smith. He's a second-round pick from South Carolina. He has a high ceiling, but also, as we know, he did not play last year. Now, how did that happen? Maybe it was because he wasn't good enough. Maybe it's because he got into Vic Fangio's doghouse. We do know that it kind of messed with his psyche. And Anthony Weaver was asked about Cam Smith being scarred and how he's going to try to rebuild his confidence.
I think Cam is such a young player, right? And he certainly has some scars from the previous year, which if you didn't play a lot and you're wondering why, that's going to occur with any young player in that situation. So for me and for us, and I think in order to get the best version of him, which we just started to see prior to injury, he needs to be confident. He can't be afraid to go on that practice field and make mistakes and fear repercussion, particularly at the corner spot. Because whether it's take the corner spot out of it, whether it's a corner spot, defensive end, anybody on that football field, if you don't step between those lines with confidence, you don't have a chance. You're already beat. So all I'm challenging Cam is to go out there, be confident, be who you are, have faith in your skills, and challenge these receivers, and good things will happen. And when he gets back on that field, I know he's going to do just that.
Man, I like that from Anthony Weaver right there, trying to help rebuild Cam Smith's confidence. Like I said, I thought he was in position a lot. I thought he looked the part, and then he never played again during the regular season. So I like that he's instilling him. Be confident. Don't worry about repercussions because, Vlad, we know if there's one position you're going to get burned, it's at cornerback in the NFL.
You got to have a short memory, boy.
I mean, it's one of those things. Even the best of the best, they get burned. I mean, I'm trying to think. Darrelle Revis, he every once in a while got passes called on him. Yeah. Not rarely. But
No. Towards the end, it was nasty.
Yeah, towards the end. But even at the height, look, you're playing.
Yeah, Randy Moss caught that one-handed touchdown on him.
Right. I mean, it's like baseball. You bat 300, 3 out of 10 times, you can go to the Hall of Fame. So it's one of those things. But Cam Smith, I really do think that he has the physical tools to make it happen. Now, does he have the mental tools, especially after the year that he had last year or the lack thereof of the year that he had last year? But it's good to hear that Anthony Weaver has tried to instill some confidence in him. And he says, we're starting to see what we want from him. And then, of course, he got injured. So hopefully Cam Smith is not snake bitten. Hopefully, and I'm really hoping because we need him as a defensive back, he'll be a pleasant surprise. Speaking of another, well, not rookie, but another guy that's hoping to contribute as a young guy on this team, first-round pick Chop Robinson. We know Jalen Phillips is trying to get back on the practice field as far as full participation. We know that Bradley Chubb continues to work in rehab. We need edge rushers. Chop Robinson, he may be young, but he has the skills, and Anthony Weaver gave us an update on how he's coming along.
He's still a young player, still trying to learn some of the finer techniques and fundamentals of the game, but you see his athleticism and his skill set. And what I love most about the kid is just his intent when he comes to work. He's quiet, right? He's not one of those rookies that are out talking all this stuff and then not backing up on the field. You can see him just contemplating every single thing that's being given to him and trying to see what bits and pieces he can take from people to use with his game.
So basically, he's a rookie. And we're going to see more of him with the joint practices and also against the Falcons when they play Friday. Vlad, that's another guy I want you to watch because, like we said, a lot of the starters aren't going to play. And even if they do, they're not going to play a lot. Chop Robinson, we need you to keep an eye on him because you're going to be boots on the ground or Nikes on the ground. You're going to be able to see what's going on.
All right. I'm not, you're trying to make this hype. Yeah, I'll be there. I'm covering it. Yeah, I'll look at it and I'll come back Saturday and I'll, post game and Saturday, we'll talk about it.
Oh, I'm fired up for post game, man. Friday night. Woo, it's going to be fun. I'm excited. Look, this is your first chance to get Chop Robinson in actual NFL action. It's going to be awesome. I'm excited. Keeping an eye on those guys. Cam Smith, Chop Robinson. A lot of eyes on the defense. I'm not so worried about the offense because I know Tua Tagovailoa. I know Tyreek Hill, number one player in the NFL, voted by his peers. Jalen Waddle. Odell Beckham Jr. not going to be playing, so don't worry about that. Jonnu Smith not going to be playing probably either. But no. I know the offense. I'm not worried about that. The defense, though, got some question marks. Going to be keeping an eye on that. Last but not least, Anthony Weaver, pretty big dude. But, there's always trash talking going on between the players and sometimes the coaches. But Anthony Weaver says when it comes to Mike McDaniel, nah.
I love Mike. I am not much of a trash talker, particularly the guys that are smaller than me. So, no, it was. No, but I joke. I love him. I love him to death. Any trash talk that we have between each other is surely in good fun because we know ultimately we're just trying to get this team as well prepared and as ready to go as we possibly can.
I don't think Mike McDaniel would be a good trash talker. I could be wrong. Vlad, do you think, though? He's not pointed enough.
No, I don't think it's
so I think my offense and your defense
no, you know what? He might be a good trash talker because he might hit you with like quick zingers that you didn't think he had.
Quick zingers.
That's the thing. It's like, well, wait a minute. Why when you talk to the media, you give simple what should be a simple 15-20 second soundbite into a 2-minute soliloquy. You know what I mean? I don't think I think if you trash talk, you're not doing that. You saw him when he was trash talk with Max Crosby, but it was great. It's like, I see you. It's one of those annoying trash talks.
Yeah, he's got that annoying little like quirk about him.
Yeah, it's like a little kid, almost little brother type of annoyance. Like, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. You can't shake me. But I think when he's on the field and there's no mics on, oh, Tyreek just burnt your defense there, Anthony.
Oh, we know he's confident.
Yeah.
Remember during Hard Knocks, he was saying, I can't see this series going more than one play. I can't see it going more than one play.
McDaniel trash talk too. He can trash talk.
Well, they're obviously asking Anthony Weaver because Mike McDaniel does trash talk. So
yeah, he can trash talk. So so for Anthony Weaver to say he doesn't trash talk to anybody, who's smaller, shorter than him is
Anthony Weaver's just saying, look, I don't talk a lot of trash. I go about my business.
No, they all talk trash. You can't be in the NFL and not talk trash. Get out of here.
Everybody talks trash.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't need to be for public fodder, though. It doesn't mean the national media doesn't even know about it because you know why? Or the local media. Because
they'll blow it up.
if there's any incident that happens during this training camp or in the season, they can always go back to that point. Or like, oh, well, they did trash talk during training camp, and maybe that those feelings are still lingering towards the season. They'll look for anything now, bro.
Right. And like I said, you're going to be in the locker room and you hear guys say stuff and you don't report on it because it's just talk. It's not serious. And that's why they probably don't want to get that out there because someone's going to run with it and say, oh, Anthony Weaver called Mike McDaniel something. And now there's dissension in the locker room. It's like, no, they're just talking noise. That's all it is. Everybody does it everywhere, every job, every time. It's okay. But still, Anthony Weaver says he doesn't bully little guys, but his defense bullies? Let's hope so.
Hopefully.
Up next, let's get into what I like, some of the things Cousin Vladimir and I liked over the past 24 hours or so here on Sports Day 560 WQAM. We got prospect. We have just pillaged the Arizona Diamondbacks, Pittsburgh Pirates, and San Diego Padres farm system. Are you excited about Dylan Head?
No.
Well, he's not in the majors yet. What about Woo Suk Go?
No.
He hadn't made to the majors either. I think we've got like 2 major league players out of all those trades that have actually had experience in the majors. Yay. One guy that's had experience in the majors, really good experience. San Francisco Giants, and still a San Francisco Giants starting pitcher, Blake Snell had a night last night.
Ellie De La Cruz from the right side. First pitch, a swing. Fly ball right center. Moving over is Yastrzemski. He's there. He's got it. And Blake Snell has done it. Snell has thrown a no-hitter for the Giants tonight in Cincinnati. Getting mobbed by his teammates in front of the pitcher's mound. Blake Snell makes history. The reigning Cy Young Award winner with a performance for the ages tonight here at Great American Ballpark. A no-hitter as the Giants have won 3-0.
Congratulations to Blake Snell. No-hitter. Doesn't happen every day. He's one of the best pitchers in the league. Maybe he wanted to be traded. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. He's still with the Giants, pitching well, doing great. Have you ever seen a no-hitter, Vlad, in person?
No.
Have you ever actually just turned on the TV and watched a whole no-hitter?
I've watched no-hitters. I've seen perfect games. I mean, watch perfect games. Yeah.
Like live.
Yeah. Well, not at the stadium, but like,
yeah, like live on TV.
Yeah.
Because I mean, anybody can go back and watch a replay.
Yeah.
I've never, the closest I think I've ever come either in person or live on TV is, I think I want to say Aaron Nola for LSU one time got through 6 innings. I was there, and then he gave up a hit. So, but I've never even live on TV been like, oh, I'm going to sit down and watch a whole game. Whoa, this is a no-no. Never been that lucky. Maybe I don't watch enough baseball. I don't know. See what the Marlins can do this year.
This year? What do you mean? This year's already happened. They only got 2 more months left.
No, yeah, they might get one this year.
Get what?
A no-hitter?
Craziness. Tell me, man. Dude.
Max Meyer?
They're spending.
Woo Suk Go?
They have a salary right now of $11 million, bro.
I know.
There's probably like 100. There's probably minimum 100 MLB players that make more than that.
Minimum. Yes, Vlad. There are probably whole starting rosters for the Yankees that make more money than the whole roster for the Marlins.
That's wild.
$11 million. It's a professional team, my friend.
Dude, that Shohei makes more than that.
Yeah, probably a game.
He makes that probably in a week.
How much does Shohei Ohtani make in a game? And how much do the Marlins spend on their roster right now?
Oh, my gosh. But people say they were the big winners during the trading deadline.
Yes, and we're going to go through that probably one of these, maybe tomorrow. The New York Times, you heard of them. They're a formidable source. They said that they were one of the big winners. And we're going to go through why they were one of the big winners. Going back to the Luis Arias trade. Dylan Head, Woo Suk Go, A+, I guess. A+. Speaking of A+, man, this is one of my new favorites. Sha'Carri Richardson. Track and field has started at the Olympics. I'm loving every minute of it. And Sha'Carri Richardson making every minute of it count.
It's the Olympic debut for Sha'Carri Richardson. She runs out of lane number 6. First 3 in each heat move to the semifinals. Richardson was conservative at the start, but now she seizes control. Sha'Carri Richardson ahead of the pack. Job done in round 1. Welcome to the Olympic Games, Sha'Carri Richardson.
Thank you for that. As you said, conservative start. She said, because that's all I needed right now. I don't need to put the pedal to the metal. I mean, but as you saw in that latter part, that's typically what you do. You have a conservative start. You pick it up just enough to get in front. When she hits her gears, it just looks different. And she pulled away quickly, and then she shut it down.
10.94, even with shutting it down.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed. Sha'Carri Richardson, welcome to the Olympics. We know that a couple of years back, she qualified for the 100, but was suspended for the month of the Olympics due to testing positive for THC. So we're glad that she's there. I love her. She's fun. She's a bad one. She's interesting. She went to LSU. And Vlad, I know why you like her, for the same reasons.
Ah, come on, man.
Same reasons.
What? Because she's a baddie?
Bad one.
And she likes to spark it up a little bit.
I like, yeah. She does spark it up on the track a little bit, man. She talks a lot of noise. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fire bun.
Team USA has won. We're going to kind of break that down next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
An Odyssey sports station, and also home of the 3-time NBA champion Miami Heat. The U, Miami Hurricanes football and basketball, and Leagues Cup champion Inter Miami.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
For those a couple of weeks ago that gave the take, no one really cares about the Olympics anymore. I'll say it again. That was a cold take. Cold take. You might have thought you were kind of cutesy or getting ahead of it and all that stuff. Cold take right there. People still care about the Olympics.
Hey, man, let me tell you this. I love the Olympics.
I love them.
You know why? Because I can enjoy it every 4 years. You watch events, competition. I'm all about competition. And when it's the Olympics, it's the best. You are the best in the world. It's not like us. No, no Kendrick pun there. It's not like the sports in North America where they say world champion, but it's really not world champion. It's sport champion. You're the MLB champion. You're the NFL champion. You're the Super Bowl champion. You're the NBA champion. You're not the world champion per se. But when you win the Olympics, you are the world champion. So, I love watching swimming. Brother can't swim. Don't watch swimming at all.
There are not a lot of brothers in the swimming that I've watched.
Nah.
That's interesting.
No, I'm just saying a brother like me, I don't swim. I don't care about swimming. I'm not going to, if it comes on next year, swimming competition, I'm not watching it. They could put it on at 8 p.m. on NBC. Still not watching it. But if you say Olympic swimming competition, I'm watching.
I'm enthralled right now by Spain and Colombia women's soccer in the 10th. In extra time. Like, it's amazing.
We don't watch certain sports unless it's about it has to be the ultimate competition. So it has to be a world championship or the Olympics.
It's the best of the best. I mean, and today alone has been an exciting day. Team USA just mollywopped Puerto Rico. And we love Puerto Rico. We love Puerto Ricans, especially.
We all love our Puerto Ricans.
But USA 104-83. Ever since my dude Jose Alvarado twisted his ankle in that first game against South Sudan, Puerto Rico really has not looked very good, and they're done. USA will advance. Simone Biles continues her triumphant return. A woman that had the twisties had basically retired. Twisties are basically the yeps for gymnasts. I really thought I'd never see her again. I said, she don't have anything to prove. She comes back. She has won the team gold. She has won the all-around individual gold. She has won the vault gold. She still has a chance to win on 2 more apparatuses. And I wouldn't be surprised. And I said, what a great story that would be, Vlad, if she would win all those golds. Jonathan Owens comes out of the stands. They wave goodbye, and she retires from gymnastics. Would you be upset if Jonathan Owens also retired from football at the same time?
No, what's he going to retire from, being a backup safety?
I was just trying to insert a little comic relief right there. You know what? I'm so inspired by my beautiful wife. I'm retiring too. Thank you, Bears Nation.
Bears Nation, I'm like, really?
Okay. U.S. women's soccer team, by the way. Woo! Goes to added extra time against Japan. Trinity Rodman, you know her pops. Dennis Rodman.
Wow.
She had a wonder goal. Winner, chicken dinner. Don't underestimate the U.S. men's soccer team under 23. They're competing for medals now. They've been great.
Did the U.S. lose 4-0 yesterday to Morocco?
I didn't see that. They're still competing, though.
No, they got
Morocco's been great, too.
We lost in the quarters, B. We got to ask it.
Well, there goes that dream. Taylor Fritz.
He lost too, didn't he?
No, I thought they won. He lost
the doubles.
They're still alive in the doubles.
Oh, they alive in the? No, I thought they lost to the Aussies.
I saw them win a medal today.
All right.
It's so hard. ESPN doesn't do us many favors.
Is it like? Oh, maybe they won the bronze, because I guess if you're in the semi, you lose in the semis.
They won a bronze.
Okay.
They won a bronze medal.
Okay. Congratulations to them.
Taylor Fritz got the big win.
Just get that.
Tommy Paul got the bronze medal match. They beat the guys from Czechia, which is the former Czech Republic, former Czechoslovakia. I like Taylor Fritz because he met his girlfriend on a dating app.
Okay.
I'm just saying, you got to like people for different reasons. USA, 51 medals in total, ahead of France with 40, China with 36.
But China has the most goals.
That is correct. But USA, we're coming for you. They have 16. We have 11 now. And of course, we lead bronze and silver. Although in the U.S., man, bronze and silver, they're cool. They're awesome. It's not the same, though. Simone Biles, though, she's going to have something to say about that as things go on. Tough day for Puerto Ricans all around. The women's team lost to China.
Wow.
I know. Tough day. Golf doing okay.
Xander
Schauffele is tied with John Rahm.
Oh, Spain.
Yeah, so it's a Spain-U.S. battle.
Is
right
this
there.
this is a PGA battle, right?
Yeah.
Is Rahm part of the
I mean, they're all together
Live?
now.
They merged. Yeah, they merged.
There is no more.
There's no more live PGA battle.
Kudos to Jade Carey too. She takes bronze in the
Yes.
vault. Another United States lady.
Who's Andrade, man? This is Rebecca Andrade from Brazil.
She's a baller.
She's
not Simone Biles though.
Always
always the bridesmaid, never the bride. I'll take pride in that with Simone Biles.
I've never loved legs the way I've loved legs this Olympic summer.
That's an interesting one right there. Very interesting.
Legs.
But yes, the team, when we got to give kudos, Team USA, who in the warm-ups didn't look that impressive. They have been impressive in this tournament. And I was a little nervous about Puerto Rico, Carlos Arroyo. His memory kind of still sticks in my craw.
Oh, well, yeah. He's a Pelican. Oh, he was, right?
Carlos Arroyo?
No, Carlos Arroyo. I'm sorry.
Man.
Oh, when he busted the U.S.
Yeah.
It was like 2004, though, right?
That was a long time ago.
That was 20 years ago, man.
It still sticks in my craw.
Oh, Jesus. Nah, man. Look, the U.S., they're not going to face any competition until they play Canada and France. And possibly Germany again.
Canada has been good. Germany's undefeated, and France has been okay.
Right, but France lost to Germany.
Against Japan. Yeah,
Japan
should have beaten
Japan
France.
as well.
Japan should have beaten France. France got some good players, but
a little home country cooking.
Yeah, there's always that home country cooking. Coming to Los Angeles in a couple of years.
I'm telling you right now, that if USA play France in a semi or final, that's gonna be it's gonna be a ruckus atmosphere, bro.
I'm enjoying this track and field now too, man. But, let's get to the headlines. Tyreek Hill was voted the best player in the NFL by his peers in the NFL Top 100. Following him, Lamar Jackson at number 2, Christian McCaffrey number 3, Patrick Mahomes number 4. Tua voted 36th, Jalen Ramsey 25th. Does it mean anything?
Raheem Mostert was also drafted.
A couple of Dolphins were on there. I just didn't want to go through the whole laundry list of all the guys.
But no, that tells you the talent. Hold on. You can't have a narrative of being soft to people if your peers think you're great players. I think they had 7 of the top 100 players on were Dolphins, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Waddle, Mostert, Armstead, Tua, Ramsey, and Tyreek, right?
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Here we go. I can give you the list right now. So it goes Tyreek, of course, number 1 overall. Then you got Jalen Ramsey at 25, Tua Tagovailoa at 36, Raheem Mostert at 60, Bradley Chubb at 62, Jalen Waddle 63, Jordan Poyer 65, and Teron Armstead 67.
That's 7 Dolphins, bro.
Yeah, they're all clustered around that 60 range, most of them.
But then the big names are at 30s, 25, and then number 1.
Number 1 overall, Tyreek he actually put out a video, like if you're upset, deal with it, stuff like that. 5-minute long video.
No, you know why he's happy, baby?
Because that means a bigger contract?
Abso-freaking-lutely.
Does it? Absolutely? Because his peers voted? I mean, it's just another thing to add to the resume to say whenever you want more money.
I mean, you don't think Mr. Rosenhaus is not going to use the fact
that well, yeah.
All right, then.
Any agent will use that.
All right, then. And that, people think he's the best player in the NFL. It's not the media, it's his peers.
His peers?
So his peers will understand if he gets the big bag.
And if he doesn't get the big bag, that means his peers will want them on their team. Pay the man. Pay everybody. Pay Dak. Pay Tyreek. Who else wants money? Let's go. NFL did change some rules, though. One of them directly affecting the Dolphins. The whole motion before the snap, where you can motion and then kind of get a running start, that has ended this season. Receivers will have to come to a complete stop while the ball is snapped. So you can do the motion. You just have to be set when the ball is snapped so you don't get that running start like we saw, especially Tyreek, get last year. Directly coming after Mike McDaniel. I like how the city of brotherly shove, or the, what do you want to call it? The Philadelphia butt push and all that stuff. We don't need to get rid of that, but because it's not unfair advantage for them. But any little bit of the Dolphins advantage. Oh, nope, sorry, out. I don't understand it. There's no way they're sitting there in the NFL like, let's stick it to the Dolphins and not the Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, it's not the Dolphins. It's the Niners. It's really the Niners. That's Kyle Shanahan's offense. So I'm acting like I know McDaniel's great, but literally Kyle Shanahan's offense.
Kyle Shanahan, he said it was unfair even.
Of course, because he knew they were affecting him. But he's used to that. They always do things when the Shanahans come up with some stuff.
No, Shanahan said it was unfair advantage.
No, right? Oh, he knew it was an unfair
He said
advantage?
It was. I guess maybe he knew he saw the writing on the wall. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, whatever. But they're always messing around with the Shanahan offense, the NFL, bro. The league rules.
What's the name of the whatever? What does everybody call it? The city of brotherly shove. What is it called? The butt push?
The tush push?
Tush push. That's it. I couldn't come to my mind right now. That's been banned, legalized. I don't even know anymore.
It's still legal.
It's legal now. It's been legalized, as Peter Tosh would say. Are they going to ban it though?
No, it's not even banned until somebody cracks their neck.
That's way to be reactionary right there. Whew.
That's the NFL.
Well, why are they banning this motion? Is it a player safety issue, or is it just
no? They might just think it's an unfair advantage, or they just don't want it. People think this is the Canadian Football League.
You're right. It like I said, it does look a little weird. I will say that. Offensive lineman Zion Nelson and receiver Michael Redding III will not be part of this year's Hurricanes football team due to injury. They are expected to not return to the team. They are also not expected to transfer, basically ending their careers. Nelson played back in 2022, has been dealing with injury since then. Redding only played in 2 games last year. We wish them the best. It's very sad to hear the injuries got the most of them. Devin Hester and Andre Johnson, they're inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame later on today once the weather clears up and they can have the official ceremony in Canton, Ohio. They are the 10th and 11th Miami Hurricanes enshrined in Canton. So congratulations. Did you watch any of the Hall of Fame game the other day, Vlad?
I did.
Did you enjoy it? What little there was?
This is when I realized I really love the NFL. I actually watched 2.5 quarters of the game.
Okay. I'll watch some preseason football. I'll be all locked in.
Even though the game was literally 2.5 quarters. That's why I said I watched all 2.5 quarters of the game.
From beginning to end.
I was like, hey, this kid from Chicago, the receiver, he's not that bad. What's his name? Johnson, I think. It's like, all right, cool. And I was like, the Texans uniforms. I don't know if I dig it or not. Then I'm like, Davis Mills, man, he was a starting quarterback for the Texans. Now he's in a backup. Realized I didn't like that new kickoff. But I don't like it because it's the first time I see it. Once I see a touchdown return, I'll like it.
Yeah, I do like the idea of there possibly being returns. I think it was a safety issue, and they do want to get some more explosiveness.
But I'm old now, Dan.
You don't like change.
I don't like change. Or before I like change, I gotta hate the change before I say, hey, you know what? Not bad.
Like you in baseball.
Oh, the pitching clock. Remember me last year? I hated it.
Oh,
I hated it.
And I said, just give it some time.
And then what happened, bro?
It'll become second nature.
First game we went, I love it.
Whenever they change rules, at first I'm like, man, and then I go, you know what? And a month from now, you're gonna not even remember before the time when there was the rule change.
Yeah, I was
I don't even remember baseball before the pitch clock. I don't remember baseball before the bases were larger.
No, I remember baseball before the pitch clock.
I'm just
it was
saying.
long. Pause.
I'm just saying,
dude, you could watch an extra inning game. Nah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like that. I'm still not too thrilled with the run on second base.
Seems a little more forced. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like now I know you want the game to end, but it's like But then again, I can't be upset with it. You know what's weird? It's almost like the college football rule. But we like the college football rule where in overtime you start the 25-yard line.
Right. And then after 2 possessions, don't you have to start going for 2?
For 2, right. But we don't we don't have no problem with that for them starting at the 25-yard line. But at least I didn't have a problem with that.
Right.
But I have sort of a problem for them starting at the second base. It's almost the same thing.
Yeah, it is kind of, but like it's not earned, it's given, and that's kind of weird. And I understand given at the 25-yard line, but you still have to.
You still could make 4 plays to stop them from getting 10 yards.
I understand.
Then they could go for a field goal, but it's like you see sometimes it becomes big innings because a man's on second with nobody out. So all the next hitter has to do is try to move the runner over to third base, and it just seems like you're forced. It takes away a little of the origins of the game. That's what I'm saying.
Origins of the game, yeah. I understand. I'm still a little on the fence about it, but it is, it's there. I don't know. The Marlins, they blew a 3-0 lead last night. They fell to the Braves 5-3. They play again tonight at 7:20. Miami has yet to name a starter. Inter Miami, they face Tigres tonight at 8 in Houston as part of Leagues Cup play. Both teams have advanced. They are playing for seeding for the round of 32. Here's what happens. They're going to get either Toronto FC or Pachuca.
I want FC.
Right. So if the Herons win, they are the higher seed and they get the loser of that game. But if they lose,
they get the
winner.
Seed. They get the winner.
Yeah. Pachuca's not bad. And Toronto FC, we know we can beat them. So yeah, just go ahead and win tonight. Daniel Solano will be on the show tomorrow to react to that. He is not making the trip to Houston. I texted him last night. I was like, come on, man. Come on. We need your Nikes on the ground, bro. He's done enough traveling, though. He went to all those Uruguay games, got into a fracas.
A fracas?
Yeah, so I understand him. Well, maybe tonight, though, English Premier League's Wolverhampton is going to face Germany's Bundesliga's Leipzig, RB Leipzig, Red Bull Leipzig, at Chase Stadium at 7 o'clock. Bad job advertising that, by the way. I did not find out about it. I was like, oh, when is that? Maybe Vlad and I could go. I was like, tonight at 7. I'm going to be cooking and walking my bunnies tonight. We're going to get into me cooking later on, too. Stanley Cup is in Sweden, by the way.
Nice. It's make the European tour.
Gustav Forsling and Oliver Ekman-Larsson. I would like to go to Sweden, man. I'm not going to lie. Just think it would be interesting culturally. That's all.
Aaron Judge just hit another home run.
Aaron Judge is one of the most unbelievable players. If you're not watching baseball, you really should, because minus what the Marlins are doing right now, where there's Jake Berger and Jesus Sanchez. Jesus. Pardon the pun. You're seeing Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge perform at just a historic level.
It's ridiculous.
It's unbelievable every night. They do something amazing.
He's really almost like the mighty Casey. It's like he's either going to walk, hit a home run, or strike out.
He has hit 16 first inning home runs. That is third all time in Major League history. History, Vlad.
Jeez, man.
Whether you like the Yankees or not, and I'm not the biggest Yankees fan in the world, when Aaron Judge gets up to bat, and I know Giancarlo Stanton has come back, and they've got Juan Soto, who's unbelievable, but when Aaron Judge comes up to bat, you got to watch. Like last night at Duffy's in Plantation, I was like, hold up, I got to watch Aaron Judge.
Yeah, he is, dude, him, Shohei, I think they must see at bats. Like, you got to stop. If you got to go use the bathroom, I'll hold it until at bat is done.
I would even say Major League Baseball TV should just cut into games if Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani are at bat sometimes. If it's kind of a slow part of the inning, let's go see what Aaron Judge is doing over there with the Yankees, because it is unbelievable, man. Absolutely unbelievable.
Man. And by the way, speaking of Yankees, had dinner at the Yankee restaurant up in at the Seminole Gaming in Coconut Creek.
Ooh,
pretty good restaurant.
So it's a Yankee
steakhouse. It's like a Yankee steakhouse restaurant. Had a good time. Shout out to the guys, Paulie, Joey, Ant, Johnny Quest, Mitch, Pete, Mike, the boys. We had a good time.
Excellent.
Yeah, but dude, let me tell you the Coconut Creek on a Friday night. Pretty good.
I can only imagine.
Pretty good. Oh, and shout out to DJ Riri.
Okay.
Man, beautiful sister who was spinning.
Selecting?
She was.
Or was she spinning?
No,
she selecting or spinning?
You know what? You were right. She was. She was spinning,
Okay.
but she played some selectings.
Okay, so she was selecting a little bit, then every once in a while on the ones and twos.
But you got to understand, I didn't expect her to play that. But the people were in the music. She was playing like our music, and the crowd was older, so maybe, it was an older crowd, but it was a great time, man. Great time. And that Yankee restaurant, they have the Yankee game on, so you're watching the Yankee.
Was there a lot of when I say paraphernalia, a lot of memorabilia?
Yes. I had the.
Was it asking what was in your bag? I'm talking about
no. My plate in your plate is a Yankee. You'll get a number of somebody from the monument.
I want number 7.
I got Mickey.
Ah, you did.
I did get Mickey. Yeah.
Yes.
Somebody got the Thurman Munson, which was not ironic, but it was like, oh wow, because yesterday was the anniversary of when he passed away, so we had a number 15 plate. Yeah, it was a great times, bro. Great times.
I'm trying to think of an odder or lesser known Yankee from back in the day.
No, I got a number 1 too. There was a number 1 Billy Martin.
The Billy Martin.
Martin.
I'm trying to think of somebody that kind of.
No, they don't have they don't have a Louis Soho. Number 19.
Hensley Muellins.
They don't got a Hensley Muellins. 31. 31. And by the way, 31, you're just going to think of Dave Winfield. They don't got a 24.
They got the 44 though, right?
Oh, well, yeah, of course. Obviously, it's Reggie.
Yeah, okay. That's what I like. I like Reggie because he cussed a lot. I'll show y'all on national TV.
Reggie. Imagine Reggie now. In social media era, Reggie would be a bigger star.
Yeah, he's still a great star, man.
I mean, he's a star, but I'm just saying, there's a lot of players, man. You wish they were.
Oh yeah.
Be able to be brought into this era because they would have utilized social media, and the following and things they would have said would have been unbelievable.
Reggie Jackson, after he hit those 3 home runs on 3 pitches in the World Series on national TV, before there was a dump or a 8-second delay, just goes, I'll show y'all MFers how to do it. It just started going. And Howard Cosell and others were just like, Reggie Jackson, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go take a step into the day spa. A new study shows ghosting has nothing to do with you. Instead, it's the person that does the ghosting that is cowardly and doesn't want to hurt the other person when they want to end things. My question is, do we need a study for that?
That's why it's called ghosting.
I don't think there was ever a point in ghosting where I was like, man, what did I do wrong? I always thought it was they're too cowardly to not want to date me and talk to me and face me.
Yeah, you get upset like, yo, just be real.
I would prefer you just texting, calling, emailing, anything. Hey, sorry, don't think it's going to work out. I might say a word or two to myself, but that's way better than nothing.
Right.
Are the worst zombieing people. So you call them once, no answer. You text them, yo, what's up? 2 days later, they might call you. Oh, I'm sorry, I've been busy. We should get together sometime. Cool. What are you doing this weekend? I don't know. I'll let you know. Weekend comes around. Text. Hey, want to get together this weekend? Nothing. It's like, just end it. Don't give me hope. Don't give me hope. Have you ever had someone just straight up, like, not ghost you, but tell you straight up, like, sorry, Vlad, this ain't gonna work?
No, yeah.
It's all painful. I ain't gonna lie.
No, I respected her for saying that.
I was a little hurt at the time.
She said it wasn't gonna click.
But in the long run, I'm glad she didn't ghost me. But at the time, it didn't help. I was like,
nah, Shorty said it was Takia. Takia told me she's like, nah, I ain't gonna click. By the way, when you tell your boys that, they let you, that's the endless jokes. But I respected it. I respected her, G, because it's like, I'd rather you tell me than prolong.
Right.
Because you don't want to act like you don't want to be seen like the bad person here. And it's like, it's all right, man. You have feelings. You don't have to, your feelings don't need to be reciprocated back to me. I let you know. I shot my shot. I didn't miss. No, I missed.
I mean, I've struck out. That's for sure.
Yeah, I missed. But, at least I wasn't blocked. I just missed.
Yeah. Mine was this. So the girl's like, let's go out tonight. No problem. Pick her up and go to a club. About 10 minutes into the club, she's like, look, I just don't want to lead you on. This ain't going to happen. You could have chosen a better time to tell me that. And then we start hanging out at the club. I was like, you know what? You go have your fun. I'm going. And I had friends there. She's like, you're just going to ignore me all night? I was like, what's the point? You just told me you're done with me. You should have waited at the end of the night or before I picked you up. That
Yeah.
ride home was brutal, man.
That's the most uncomfortable ride home ever.
Brutal. But I'm a G, man. I had to take her home. Did not reach in at the end of the night for a little sugar. I said, I'll talk to you later. Text me the next day. You seemed upset. What did you think I felt? Thank you for not ghosting me, though. I appreciate that. Up next, is Tua soft? We're going to discuss on 560 WQAM.
WQ
Check it out now. No doubt now.
Yeah, to be honest, like I was watching the game, a fan of the game, and I was rooting for the Dolphins that game. You know, I wanted the Dolphins to get past the Chiefs, and you know, I was emotional about it, and I tweeted something I probably shouldn't have, and I regret it today. But me and Tua talked last night, you know, working on a handshake, and we already completed one pass in one-on-ones, you know, so, you know, we put that behind us. We kind of talked about it, and we're moving on from it, and I'm just excited to be a Dolphin, man.
New Dolphins receiver Willie Snead. He's referring to last year during that Dolphins Kansas City Chiefs playoff game. He tweeted something about Tua being soft. Eesh. Now it's like, hey, man, look, I deleted it. It's all good. I'm not so much worried about their dynamic because the 5th or 6th receiver on the team that you just signed and Tua Tagovailoa, you know what? I ain't worried about that.
But here's the thing: why is Tua off? Why couldn't it be the Dolphins?
Why?
That's what I'm saying. No, who's in?
That's an important question, but why is he singling out Tua?
That's what I'm saying.
Is there a narrative now?
If you said you wanted the Dolphins to beat the Chiefs. That's what he said, right? Correct. Like let's hear this again. He said he wanted the Dolphins to beat the Chiefs. This is what he said.
Yeah, to be honest, like I was watching the game, a fan of the game, and I was rooting for the Dolphins that game. You know, I wanted the Dolphins to get past the Chiefs, and
okay. So you said Dolphins. You're a fan of the game. You wanted the Dolphins to get past the Chiefs. The Dolphins didn't do that. So it's not Tua is soft. It's the Dolphins.
Maybe he didn't think the Dolphins were soft. He thought maybe Tua was soft.
Nah, bro. And then you can't say he's off in there. Yeah, we got a special handshake. Yeah. I got a special handshake for you too.
We've already completed a pass. Once again, not worried about Willie Snead and Tua Tagovailoa's rapport. It is what it is. I'm more worried about Tyreek, Jalen Waddle, Odell Beckham Jr., Braxton Berrios, those guys, River Craycraft. We do know that the Dolphins have that kind of finesse feel to them and that they have that kind of narrative that they're kind of finesse. But does Tua have the narrative, rightfully or wrongfully so, that he's soft? I mean, Willie Snead's out there tweeting it out. Biggest day on X.com. I want to look at it. Do you think players around the league consider Tua somewhat soft?
I mean, they can if they think he's number 33.
36.
Or 36. If he's 36 by, ranked player in the top 100 by his peers.
Right. I can see both sides of it. And I'll play devil's advocate here. Number one, he was the healthiest quarterback in the league last year. So
was he? I think so was
Patrick Mahomes. Okay. Everybody else, Joe Burrow gets hurt. I mean, it was quarterback after quarterback. Deshaun Watson, all these guys got hurt. Tua played every single game last year. Never even a question. So that right there in itself is tough. Where the question of toughness comes in is the way he played last year, where he shied away from any kind of physical contact. He didn't try to run the ball. He didn't take very many risks as far as with his physical body. He's had the concussions. He's had the injuries. He's played poorly at the end of seasons, and he has not played well in cold weather. That's why I think that some players consider him soft. And then there's some of those old school guys, Vlad. Simply, if you're a quarterback, you're soft.
But you can also look at him if you're a guy that's taking all these head injuries and you're still out here playing the way you've been playing, you're tough because there's certain guys
who've quit,
and I don't want to, they've retired because of these head injuries. I mean, look at Luke Kuechly. Luke Kuechly was one of the best linebackers that the game's ever seen, and he retired because of the concussions that he got. And remember, Tua got the worst. We've never seen a concussion where the players fingers just did that, and he came back.
It's a neurological reaction,
right? And he came back, so they can respect that as well. So,
and I'll give you another case why Tua is tough, and I don't think he's soft. After that horrible incident where his fingers in his hands with the concussions, that it's a dog-eat-dog world. It's a dog-eat-dog league. Guys are coming for you, trying to knock you out the game. And Tua went in there and faced everybody after that. This year, went in there, played his game, and didn't get hurt. That's tough, lad, to know that maybe your one hit from ending your career and you're knowing that guys are coming for you, not that they want to do personal damage, but they know that there's a way they can knock you out the game, and you go there and you face that every single day. That's tough. To me, that's tough. That's not soft.
No.
But some people might say also the system he's in kind of lends itself to his softness, meaning that, it's get the ball out quick, throw it to a spot, not to a player, to do all that, that the system is built around him to protect him, which once again, that doesn't make Tua soft, I don't think. But I don't know. Willie Snead, why did he not single out the Dolphins, and why did he single out Tua?
I don't get it.
I'm guessing maybe that really bad interception that Tua threw frustrated him a little bit.
But listen,
that was a bad interception. I will say that.
What interception?
The one that he just kind of tossed it up and it just went straight to the Kansas City.
The one he was trying to throw to Tyreek and it went over Tyreek's head?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was a bad pass.
It was a bad pass, but I'm saying that was maybe the frustration.
No, I just think the frustration was just the fact that you sound like a guy who hated the Chiefs and was just looking for any team to beat the Chiefs. So
no, he is from South Florida originally. Willie Snead said he grew up a Dolphins fan.
Oh, then okay. So if you grew up, then you're not then that means you just really shared your true feelings that you don't think Tua was your quarterback. But now you got to play. Now you got to look how life works. Now you got to be very, very nice to the guy that you said is soft. Let's see how soft he is now.
Yeah. He's got your career in his hand right now. But I don't think Tua is any softer than any other player in the league. I think the narrative that he played poorly towards the end of the season, they didn't win at the end of the season, they haven't played good in cold weather. I think he's not a quote-unquote cold weather quarterback. I think that plays into it. I think the injuries play into it. But I think that his resiliency, not just coming back from the injuries, but with the way we know that he and Brian Flores didn't get along and how he has never quit, I think that makes him tough. I think that makes him as tough as any quarterback in the league. He made it through a whole entire season when the whole question was, can he stay healthy? He did just that, knowing that a serious hit, a serious concussion could possibly end his career. He faced that every single play, and he faced it with valor and honor. I say Tua is tough enough. I don't think he's soft at all. None of these guys in this league are really soft that I know of. Of course, who am I to be judging? But how does that go with Willie Snead? Like, Willie Snead feels terrible, but what is Tua kind of like? Oh, no, man, it's no big deal. But do you think inside he's a little bit like this guy? He's a human being, but he's a very nice guy.
Yeah, well, I'm 167 million guaranteed. Can't be soft.
Right.
And if I'm soft, I got money to, to harden me up.
And business is business. I guess you look at it this way. Whatever helps the team win, you have to let bygones be bygones and put it aside. Tua is a really nice guy. That might also be part of the consideration why he's soft, because he's all shucks and real nice. But yeah, you got to figure it's just business. Like, look, you said what you said. It's over. Let's move on. We need to win games. I'm not going to not pass it to you if you're open or not throw it in your direction because you said that I was soft.
Yeah.
But lesson learned. Don't put pen to paper for anything that.
No. Hey, listen. Herm Edwards is a genius, man. I'm talking about he is a so well thought out person. He said so many great things, but one of them is you don't have to press send. Don't press send.
I've done this.
Like literally when you type in something, look at it and be like, because your agent would have said, you might not want to send that. There might be an opportunity for you to play in South Florida for that team or any team, and he still be your quarterback. Now, how's that going to look?
Yeah.
Because now, say Willie makes the team. Say Willie has to play because Odell may be still, the PUP. Tua throws a pass to Willie and Willie drops it. Or maybe a pass is thrown to Willie and it's a little bit overthrown, and then Willie does a reaction. You don't think people are going to go back to the point that in January you send a tweet saying that Tua is soft, so now everybody's going to look at your interaction with him?
I agree. Yeah.
It's nasty work, bro. That was nasty. I mean, he tried his best to, neutralize the diffuse the situation. But even with that, I mean, my thing is this. In your answer, you said everything Dolphin, but your tweet singled out Tua, and that's what it was bad. If you had said the Dolphins are soft, and I'm like, yeah, I know, as a Dolphin fan, I was just frustrated, wanted them to beat the Chiefs, And I apologize for that. Then everybody can understand because you blame the whole team, and you could share the frustration that every Dolphin fan was having at that time. But when you single out number one, the QB, then it's a little bit different.
What if we put Tua and the Dolphins are soft? Would that make it any better? Could have made it a little bit better.
But why are you still singing him? If the Tua and understand that
singled him out for a reason.
Why would you say Tua and the Dolphins? The Dolphins. You don't have to put Tua and.
Did you notice though? He singled out Tua for a reason.
Right, nasty work.
Because in his estimation, Tua, and he has no evidence whatsoever because he never played with him before, that Tua was soft. No, I don't buy that. I don't buy Tua being soft for all the reasons that I just told you. And this year is this year, but I really think that Tua is going to ball out even more so than even last year. I really do. And I think Tua is as tough as they come. He's staying healthy. He's got his game plan, and he's good. Will he Snead? Will he make the team? That's another thing. Vlad, that's another thing. And we'll talk about it after the break here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
Anything you missed, hurry.
Real quick, going to do some Keep It a Buck, 100% what we believe right here on Sports Day with my cousin Vladimir Lewis. I am Dan Dave. Vlad, getting back to Willie Snead at one point tweeting out that Tua is soft, whether he was frustrated or not. Could you see this possibly happening? Now, you think of the ramifications, how does Tua take it? How does everything go? What if this happens? At the end of training camp, it's cutting time. They sit Tua down. What receivers do you need? What receivers do you not need? He could go, oh, definitely don't need Willie Snead. Oh, he was on the bubble. Do you really not want him? Nah, we just don't jive. Could that happen now? Ooh, I could definitely see that happening. Not going to bat for somebody that's already on the bubble. Willie Snead might
Yeah, I can
regret
do that.
That's the type of revenge I would exact. Tua,
I can see that.
who's the receivers you need? I mean, Tyreek. No. Okay, here's the 3 bubble guys. River Craycraft, Willie Snead, Eric Izukama. I can tell you, man, really don't need Willie Snead. I could use River Craycraft and Eric Izukama, and they're like, okay, well, if our quarterback is not going to bat for this guy and actually telling me we don't need him, and he's on the bubble, let's just cut him. And Tua goes, soft now, huh? I would see nothing wrong with that either.
That's not soft when you're using your power like that.
That's what I'm saying.
That's like Drake right now making all the TDE artists cancel their concerts in Canada or in Toronto. He's not allowing any of those artists to perform at TDE. Now, is that a sore loser mentality? Absolutely. But can I really be upset with him when you said you can't go to the Bay anymore because of your disrespect to Pac? So it's like you're kind of saying if Drake ever did a North American tour and wanted to go to the West Coast, he's not allowed to perform. I think it's soft, but it's also a power move.
Yeah.
So Tua has the power to say, I don't need Willie Snead IV to be on the roster right now. I have a better connection with, so and so. Nick can poop, And
maybe he's being honest, or maybe he's just saying, whatever. And you know what? I'm not mad at that. And Willie Snead, if you're mad at Tua for not going to bat for you or saying, no, I don't need him that badly, you should think back to that tweet that you sent where you called him soft. I could see that happening, Vlad. That's just keeping it a buck, and I would not be mad at Tua for
that's
that.
petty, but I like petty Tua.
I would not be mad at Tua for that one bit.
No, that's pettiness, but I don't mind pettiness of that resort because sometimes you got to let people know. Sometimes you got to step out and show people.
Yeah, that's it. Keep people in check. Keep receipts.
Always keep receipts, man. Always keep your receipts.
Keep it a buck. This Marlins team is not very exciting to watch right now, Vlad. Jake Berger, I know. Jesus Sanchez. That's about it.
What about the Xavier or something?
Xavier Edwards?
Yeah.
He's actually been doing good in the leadoff spot, to be honest.
That's what I'm saying.
It's been interesting, yeah. But can we say this season is a wash? Is it official now?
It was a wash the minute the season started.
Yeah, it started pretty bad, getting swept 2 series in a row, and then So yeah, that's me. Anything you want to keep a buck, Vlad, or are you good?
Keep it a buck. Listen, man, I love these Olympics, bro. I'm just
track and field.
Dude, you know how much I love the Olympics? I haven't even watched beach volleyball yet.
Ooh, they got some LSU ladies playing.
I know.
I know. Girls 5'6",
but
lived her whole life in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. There are no beaches there.
Yeah. The gymnastics, the Brazilian team. Shout out to Brazil.
Simone Biles, though.
Rebecca Andrade. Suni Lee within the U.S. Simone Biles, of course.
The Redeem team.
No, their name is F around and find out. That's the name of their team.
That's the name of their team.
Yes, that's the name of F around and find out.
Sweet ladies right there.
Oh, you gotta love them.
I wonder how much trash goes into the ladies gymnastics.
Nah, they're so nice.
They always seem just like they're worried about themselves. They're happy.
No, they're very nice because even during the team competition, you saw the opposing teams like hugging them right when they got off whatever apparatus or exercise that they were doing. That you saw that their competitors were like greeting them and congratulating them. So there is a form of sportsmanship in the gymnastics. Okay. At least I saw that with the ladies. I didn't really see the dudes when the dudes were doing it. I don't want no pounder. I don't want you like, hey, giving me props after. Nah, man, you're the op. I'm trying to beat you. I'm not. But ladies, ladies are different. But I like the sportsmanship.
I do.
Between the ladies.
Keeping it a buck, if I had a choice between Sha'Carri Richardson winning gold or Noah Lyles winning gold,
I'm going Sha'Carri.
I'm going Sha'Carri 100%. Yeah, that's just keeping it.
I like Noah, but he's different, man.
He's one of my favorites.
But it's like, yo, you want to get snuffed like that.
Dude, he says something. I told you, like, during press conferences, they're like, so how do you feel going into this race? And he just like turns to his opponent. I know this beep ain't gonna do beep tomorrow. And they're like, that's not the question. This beep right here don't got no you know what. And it's like, that has nothing to do with anything other than you just trying to get in people's head and talking noise. He talks noise. I like that. He's a little awkward, man. Straight out of high school to the pros, man. That's another thing he did. His mom follows him.
Keeping it a buck.
Yeah, I want to ask you, keep it a buck. Go ahead.
Am I really gonna start liking the kickoff rules though? I know I'm hating it.
You will.
You think so?
Yeah, you'll be cool with it. You'll, like I said, midway through the season, you'll have forgotten about the old rule. It's just going to become second nature to you.
Oh, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Play college football 25, NCAA 25. It's addictive.
Good game.
It's a good game.
Keep it a buck. Do you like seeing some of the brothers in the less traditional brother sports in the Olympics, like gymnastics and whatever other sports there may be?
I don't mind as long as you don't look like, like a Poindexter or anything like that.
So not looking like a nerd is very important.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, that's probably the only sport you really could have played. Like that, you see some guys that are athletic, you're like, oh, okay, he just decided to do this, but he probably could have played the other sports, or he's probably gonna. The end is like, oh, okay, this is really your mom put you in, and you started to show something, and they,
Oh, as long as you don't look like a Poindexter, you're cool.
Yeah, as long as you don't look like a Poindexter, I'm cool with it.
Well, I'm trying to think of sports like fencing and
nah. If you can fence, I'm giving you props. That's a skill, bro.
Oh,
I don't care.
What's another? Gymnastics was interesting. What's another one that you'd be like very surprised?
Swimming.
I was watching.
Oh, diving.
Field hockey was
no. Field hockey is not. No.
What was that game they were playing the other day where it's like basically like they just have the ball? It's not field hockey, but they just have the ball and they score.
You water polo?
Well, they got some in water polo.
No, water polo's cool. Water polo's like
that's not an easy sport.
That's like dodgeball. That's like dodgeball and soccer and water.
Are you excited about breakdancing being an official sport?
Now
that's pretty cool.
We gotta watch out. Now the brothers are gonna think that we're gonna win, but the Japanese are gonna be our worthy competitor. Japanese love hip hop, man. The way they love hip hop,
really,
they love the culture like that. China too. They're gonna, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, we should win.
Are we favored to win breakdancing in the Olympics?
We should. By the way, the next sport I can't wait is flag football in the Olympics.
I think LA.
I think the old school. I think we should get old school guys to go play, like T.O.
He'll show up.
He would still be in shape to play. Like get T.O.
Ocho
Randy
Cinco
Moss,
is definitely going to be there,
and then have Brady be the quarterback.
Aaron
Rodgers.
I do not think Tom Brady, who's had his birthday is today, by the way.
Oh, happy birthday to the GOAT.
I know he's listening.
I can't even believe I'm saying that, but it's true.
I don't think he's coming out of retirement to go play. And although a gold medal,
okay, then
that
you
would
get
be
a gold
sweet.
medal with 7 titles. That's a different. Your resume is different after that.
That's something that he never thought he would
resume,
get. It's
but I call
resume,
it
but
resume.
yeah, I was trying not to punk you on that one, but that would be something, man. That would be a conundrum. Possibly tarnish your resume. Coming out of retirement.
How are you going to tarnish
if you don't win?
It don't matter.
But if you come out and win,
you get any medal. Like you get the gold. There's nowhere. Hey man, I was the greatest. Not only was I the greatest, I'm the world's greatest.
A gold medal, man. I've seen one.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The Olympics is the only thing. The only time that even if you finish second and third, it's all right. It's all right. It's good.
I've seen a gold medal in person and held it. It is quite impressive.
No, so therefore, finishing second is not bad sometimes.
I understand.
In the Olympics, it's not gold, but you get silver.
Right. And it all depends on the story, too, because like Jade Carey today finished with a bronze. We're happy for her because Simone Biles won the gold, and then Rebecca Andrade from Brazil won. But Jade Carey, good story. We're happy. Sometimes a bronze is surprisingly great. But, man.
For somebody who might have not thought they were going to medal.
Right. Sha'Carri Richardson about to run. We're going to take a break, cheer her on. We'll tell you how that ends, or at least her next heat. I think the final is tomorrow here on Sports Day 560 WQAM. All right, let's give you our expert analysis on track and field because Sha'Carri Richardson just ran. She came in second in her heat. She advances to the final tomorrow. One thing I do worry about Sha'Carri, she does have a tendency sometimes to not get out the blocks very fast. And it didn't seem like she totally got out the blocks fast. She did finish second, but Vlad, I did notice the lady that defeated her was running a little harder than she was, and she still qualified. So that's all that matters.
I don't know. She was running fast. But Sha'Carri's catch-up speed is ridiculous, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like if this was a 200-meter race, I feel like she would have definitely, got her. But maybe she was conserving energy for the final tomorrow, and then we'll see her go for gold.
I cannot wait. I love that they showed her grandmother in their stands. I thought at first her grandmother wasn't watching because they were showing it on replay of her family reaction. I thought her grandmother wasn't watching the race because she had her eyes closed, but then you could tell she was watching her race. So I'm guessing her grandmother was praying before the race for Sha'Carri to do her best or whatever she was praying for. I don't know. I wasn't in her head. I thought that was really cool. I thought that was really sweet. And I love the fact that, of course, she loves her family very much. We know the stories, the trials and tribulations that she's been through over the past couple of years with. She lost a family member and she was trying to ease her pain, both mentally and physically, by smoking or taking in some THC, and she got popped and she did not get to run in the Olympics last year. She's been a polarizing figure, but I think now most people love Sha'Carri Richardson, just like everyone loves Simone Biles and everyone loves Jonathan Owens.
Jonathan who? Her husband.
Also, I want to get back to this. We were talking about Simone Biles' husband, Jonathan Owens. We were talking about how the Dolphins, the Marlins, have $11 million on payroll, and some people were like, WNBA teams have higher payrolls. That is not true. WNBA payrolls are right at around $1.5 million.
No, the team,
yeah,
the full team,
yeah.
Not no, there's players that's making.
It says total salaries.
Come on.
Look up. Let's see. Highest paid WNBA player.
They're making six figures, bro.
I'm looking at it. The highest paid WNBA player. I mean, it says Jewel Lloyd. This is from 2024. Was making $245,508.
Okay. So there's at least three players that's making like
Diana Taurasi. By the way, first WNBA player ever to score 10,000 points on this day last year. She is making $234,936.
Okay.
So to say that,
no, you know what, you might be right because these ladies are also playing in like overseas.
We know that they're playing overseas,
and that's why they had to create a 3-on-3 league between Brianna Stewart and her partner, because of to make sure that the ladies don't have to go overseas and experience what Brittany Griner had to,
right?
So that they can make some bread.
So let's pump the brakes on the WNBA making more than spending more than the Marlins. They're not.
You're right, cousin. You're right.
But that is crazy. Diana Taurasi, the only WNBA player to score 10,000 points or more.
I mean, how long she's been in that league? It seems like at least over almost 20 years.
The anniversary of that was today, a year ago, and she's only making 34,936. Which, granted, I know, and if you're one of these people right now saying, I wish I made that, yeah, you're also not probably a professional athlete, a legendary professional athlete. Now, I know there's endorsements and there's other things that track can do.
They don't even think about this, bro. I don't know if we talked about this last week. A U.S. athlete that wins a gold medal only gets $37,000.
Mm-hmm.
While in other countries, they can get nearly $750,000. So I can't really knock these players and especially the professional athletes who are part of Team USA, because $37,000 is nothing to them. It's nothing to them. They really playing for the chance to represent their country and win a gold medal. But think about it. For LeBron James, Joel Embiid, those guys.
What do they do with that money?
All right, like those guys make more than what the Marlins payroll. Some of the guys making 30 times more than what the Marlins payroll is. So what are we doing? Like, yeah, that's crazy. Like, think about it. You train for 4 years, and then if you win, you only get 37. No.
Right.
Man.
And for those people saying that Team USA men's basketball team, they don't have the heart. Well, yeah, they do, by the way, because they're playing for basically
Nothing.
by their standards free.
They are playing for free, bro.
Basically.
That might be somebody's like week's worth of per diem.
Yeah.
You know?
So those guys, they're playing for pride. So let's give a little credit right there to those guys where credit is due. Definitely proud of our team so far. They played very well. They beat Puerto Rico really badly earlier today. It was by 30, 40 points. So I can give you the exact score. It was like 103-72 or something like that.
It was 103.
104-83.
104-83. They didn't cover.
That's another thing about the Olympics I want to talk about. You want to talk about a gambling event?
I didn't realize the Olympics was that good to gamble on.
Everywhere I go, people telling me about, I was gambling the Algeria, India indoor soccer match. I'm like, what?
That's why I love the fact that professionals are playing basketball. So you can gamble. You're like, oh, Canada against France. Oh,
you got a little idea.
You definitely got an idea. You got. I know these guys. You know what I mean? Germany versus Serbia.
But I know. But I'm telling you, if you're gambling on Heat 3 of the women's 100 meters, that's tough, man.
You're a little sick. You're a little sick. You're a little sick.
If your week has consisted of you betting on the Hall of Fame game and the third heat of the women's 100 meters semifinals, that's tough.
You got issues. You got issues.
Look, I'm not judging you, but at the same time,
I'm judging you.
Put that app down for just a little bit, just a little bit.
And I'm a degenerate, but I'm gonna judge you. I'm like, come on, man.
So what's your week looking like? Oh man, lost a bundle on the Hall of Fame game, and then this woman's heat in the 100 meters. I really thought that Jamaican girl was gonna do better. I had her sub 10-8. She didn't get it.
I mean, come on.
No, you're not even betting the winner and loser. You're betting time.
And then they put like little hot chili peppers on there, like, oh, you think this person is gonna break the world record, plus 200 on here.
It's been an unbelievable gambling event. I'll give it credit. The Olympics, they know what they're doing. They got a little something going on now. Good job. Great job. Tons of track. Can't wait. Let's get to some headlines. Tyreek Hill voted the best player in the NFL by his peers. NFL top 100. Lamar Jackson, number 2. Christian McCaffrey, number 3. Patrick Mahomes, number 4.
That's amazing because we have so many great wide receivers in this league. And the fact that they not only think he's the best wide receiver, but the best player in the game.
Pound for pound.
Pound for pound. That's crazy.
See, I'm sick. Not that it's sick, but I'm the type of person that would vote
quarterback.
No, I would vote for like the worst players in the league just to throw everything off. Like, have you ever judged a bikini contest or a wet t-shirt contest, Vlad?
Yes.
Did you really vote on who you thought was the most attractive? Because I do the total opposite. I vote for the girls that I find the most unattractive. And you could always see the judges or the people that count the scores like,
why would you do? But like, you just want to be an a-hole?
I want them to feel good about themselves.
And
the bad one that knows they're bad, that's fine.
Yeah, that's why they're hoping. No, the bad one that knows they're bad is the one that's supposed to win, not the one that. I'm sorry. No.
Are you questioning the sanctity of wet t-shirt contests and bikini contests?
Well, first of all, I'm not looking at your face in bikini contest.
Oh, Vlad's worried about the sanctity.
No, I'm looking at your assets, and if you have the best assets, then yes,
you get the worst points from me.
You're gonna get
0.
No, you're gonna get why?
Because I want to give the other girls a chance.
So don't you also say
you've already won the genetics lottery? You don't need to win this lottery.
Why should she? So what do you mean?
They've already won the genetics lottery. They don't need another prize.
Well, then my thing is this: if you're not in the part of the genetics lottery, why were you even in the contest?
Well, no, they're still good. They're still good-looking girls.
Why the girls that you're voting for are in the contest?
Because they want to feel good about themselves. They want to push their limits.
So what?
I don't know. I don't interview these ladies. I'm just a judge.
Yeah. I get you. It's easy.
I'm just going for the free drinks and catering.
Exactly.
And the wings.
I see what you're the type of guy that goes for the low-hanging fruit. That's good. You don't want to compete. You don't want to talk. You're kind of soft.
No, when I go to talent competitions, I do vote on the best talent. I'm talking about like music or whatnot, because that's not fair. But
wait a minute, hold on. So what if somebody was gifted? They won the musical prodigy, huh? What? Why are you giving them? Why you can't give the person who's
I do that too.
No, you don't. You just said that
I
you
do. I do that too.
No, you don't.
Sometimes-
I just caught you. You just said
No, you didn't
no.
listen to the whole thing.
You said in the talent contest, yeah, I'm going to vote for the
I play it a
person.
little more straight.
Oh, okay. No, exactly. So
but then I feel sorry for somebody sometimes.
hypocritical.
I give them a little higher vote.
Nah, you're hypocritical. You go for the low hanging fruit.
Sanctity of these
You're
competitions.
No, I'm going for who deserves to damn well win the competition, not for the person who's like, they need this to win the competition. No, the person who really deserved it,
They come
earned
to
it.
me. They go, do you know the score? Do you have it reversed? I'm like, no, I got it right.
No,
they're
man.
like, no, but a 0 means bad, not good. I'm like, yeah, okay.
I know what you do. Yeah, that's how
you gave her a 5. Did you want her to have like the best score? Yeah.
Dan's nasty. Dan goes for the 6s because he thinks they're easy.
No. I'm not going for these girls. I'm just voting by the judgeship that has been bestowed upon me.
You do this on I
don't go to them afterwards like, I gave you a 5. I don't talk to them.
No, because then be like, oh, who voted for me? And they'll be like, that guy
it's
over there.
supposed to be anonymous.
And it's like, oh, thank you for voting for me.
It's supposed to be anonymous, Vlad.
I'm sorry.
Anonymous.
Yeah, anonymous.
It's like a presidential election.
Sure.
Sanctity.
Sure. Uh-huh.
You never joke voted for somebody once or twice in your life?
Hell no.
Not for the president. I'm talking about at the local level. I've done a couple joke votes in my day.
If I'm voting, you're bestowing an honor. So I'm gonna vote fair.
I've joke
and
voted.
Balanced.
I joke voted once or twice.
Yeah, I know, and that and
I take my voting very seriously. Obviously,
that's like the Eddie Murphy delirious joke. Let's go vote for Jesse Jackson. Let's go vote for Jesse Jackson. And two drunk people acting funny want to think that it's a joke, and then all of a sudden the next morning, oh my God, he effing won? Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you go do that, Dan. One day you're gonna do that.
Oh, one day the less attractive girl's gonna win the bikini contest? Terrible.
That's not a good look. It's not a good look.
I'm sure.
Literally and figuratively.
I'm sure that the establishment doesn't like that.
Yeah, literally and figuratively speaking, it's not a good look.
Not a good look. Literally, yes. NFL, they've changed their rule that receivers cannot be in motion during the snap. They have to have come to a complete stop when the ball is snapped. Mike McDaniel, he used that old motion to his advantage a lot last season. Devin Hester, Andre Johnson, inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame today. They will be going in Canton, Ohio. They are the 10th and 11th Miami Hurricanes to do so. The Marlins, they're back in action against the Braves. The Braves always beat us. They've been beating us lately, and we'll see what happens today.
Hold on. I have a rumor report coming from Bleacher Report.
Ooh, am I in trouble for my voting habits?
No.
Okay.
Ian Rappaport has the Dolphins will start Tyreek Hill, the number 1 player in the NFL Top 100 list, has agreed to a new contract to properly compensate him. He gets $90 million over the next 3 years with $65 million guaranteed per me and at Cameron Wolf from the NFL Network. That brings the 4-year total fully guaranteed money to what else? Hold on. I'm sorry. I need to click on it. Oh, to $106.5 million. Deal negotiated by Drew Rosenhaus and his brother Jason.
Right now, that is just a rumor, but where there's smoke, there's usually fire.
But no, Ian Rappaport saying it's breaking news. So
okay, so they're saying I'm seeing other places say rumors, but
right, I saw Bleacher Report, but then I went on Ian Rappaport's rap sheet. So yeah,
are they gonna say that and it not be true?
It's
very rare.
And it's kind of ironic. The day after he gets number 1. Hey, let's sign him to that new deal.
You were right, Vlad. It was a bargaining chip. It got the deal done. Congratulations on that call. Good job.
There you go.
Tyreek Hill. Who would have known your peers voting you number 1? So maybe I shouldn't joke vote because it might have cost Tyreek Hill millions and millions of dollars.
You see? Yeah, you messed around.
Might cost a girl a modeling career. I don't know. My bad, man. Inter Miami, they face Tigres tonight at 8 in Houston as part of League's Cup play. Both teams have advanced. They're playing for seeding for the round of 32. Either way, they know they're either going to face Toronto FC or Pachuca from Liga MX. And I want to say Pachuca, don't get me, I'm going to check. I want to say they won CONCACAF Cup earlier this year. Let's see. Do I know what I'm talking about? We should have Daniel Solana. Yeah, Pachuca's right. Pachuca did, I think, win CONCACAF Cup. Yeah, they beat Columbus. Man, look at me.
We're good.
Pachuca, because they beat Columbus. They got to play at home. That's what they had a home field advantage because it's such an elevated area over there. Pachuca plays. So not as big of a news as Tyreek Hill signing the biggest contract.
So, Dolphins, how do you feel about your general manager now, who's gotten the deal done with his franchise quarterback and the top player in the NFL voted by his peers, so that you do know that you have this unbelievable offense with the three-headed monster of Tua Tagovailoa, Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Waddle. They're all signed, sealed, delivered.
You got everybody in place. You're all in. It's all in.
No excuses.
Oh, no.
This is
none made.
2024 is a no excuse season for the Dolphins.
Okay, we're going to get into this Tyreek Hill contract in just a minute. But first, let's take a step into the day spa. Extra footage from the 2001 nature film Great Northern shows an Arctic Bigfoot chasing a herd of caribou in Great Britain.
Wow.
I know, man. 2001 nature film Great North shows.
Okay.
Bigfoot. Tyreek Hill's the big man on campus now. He and Tua got paid. Jalen Waddle got paid too. What does that mean for the Dolphins? All in. That's next here on 560 WQAM. Well, we have that breaking news just a week ago. Tua Tagovailoa gets paid. Now it is Tyreek Hill. Just announced, Ian Rappaport. He is signed. He gets $90 million over the next 3 years with $65 million guaranteed. That brings the 4-year total to a fully guaranteed $106.5 million. That is the highest guarantee for a wide receiver of all time. Putting him right up there with Justin Jefferson, who signed that 4-year, $140 million with $110 million guaranteed. $110 million guaranteed. Okay, so what was it? I saw somewhere where it was saying it was the highest amount ever guaranteed, and maybe in that period of time.
Well, it's an extension, so I believe he's also making the same. It's added to what he's already making this year, which was I think $30 million this year.
Right. It says his deal jump. Hill's 4-year, $120 million deal jumps from. Okay, so it just jumps a lot of money. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, the 4-year deal jumps his total guarantee to 106.5.
Goodness gracious. Guaranteed money. So he is going to make $106.5 million over these next 4 years, no matter what. Gets $90 million over the next 3 years, $65 million guaranteed, and it's added on. It's an extension. Whew. That's big news right there. So Tyreek Hill is locked in. Tyreek Hill is happy. Tua Tagovailoa locked in. Tua is happy. Jalen Waddle locked in. He's happy. They have just now said, if you're a Dolphins fan, you are now hearing from the Dolphins brass and Dolphins players. We are all in 100%. This is the time. We are not just going to win a playoff game. We're making a run towards the Super Bowl. Is there any other way to look at it?
Yeah, well, Tyreek responded. I'm here to stay.
He wanted to stay.
I promise to give you my all this year.
I guarantee he will.
I know you hot when you talking about personal things. Okay, bro. People were upset about him getting a number one. But yeah, don't. And he's also telling people to go shop at his there's some athletic wear that he has as well. But he pinned at it like it was something he pinned from a long time ago.
Okay, I was gonna say, is he doing a Joe Jackson on us again?
No. But he's like, I promise you, give you all I promise to give you my all this year, and I'm here to stay. And he's happy. And now Mike McDaniel has his 3 favorite weapons.
He's got weapons.
And don't forget, you have a kid in his 2nd year who's about to explode after having an unbelievable rookie year.
Devon Achane?
Yes, sir.
And you got Jalen Wright, who is an explosive player out of Tennessee. And, of course, you got Raheem Mostert coming off of
you got the vet
Pro Bowl year.
It was a top 100 player, Tua
Tagovailoa, happy. You've got Teron Armstead, who's yet to get hurt.
Think about it. Except for Jalen Ramsey, all the Dolphins' top 100 players, and Jordan Poyer, but he was signed coming from Buffalo. So
from Buffalo.
I'm not going to include him, even though he's part of it. But yeah, but he's not. He hasn't taken a snap for Miami. How about that?
Okay.
It's all from the offensive side.
Yes, this team is obviously showing you
and
where their priorities are.
And they're top heavy.
Yes. But that's the way the league's going is offense. And yes, they are a little bit top heavy, but
you got to have some depth. Those teams that win are the teams with depth. Hence Kansas City, San Francisco, those are Philadelphia to a certain degree. Those are the teams that even if one of their key contributors get hurt, they have somebody the next man up to fill in the role and up until that star is back,
because we know it is a long 17 soon to be 18 game season.
Right.
There's going to be some dinks and dunks. There's going to be some injuries. There's going to be a half a game that you're going to miss where you're going to need someone to step up.
I'm happy you said that, because that's what I'm doing. We're talking about number 10. We see how he's really the engine that gets his offense going. So if he ever misses a game or he gets dinked and has to take a couple series off, even though Jalen's great, but who's going to be the guy that step in if Jalen has to be the number 1 receiver? Is it going to be Odell? Is it going to be Braxton Berrios? Is it what's his name?
Willie Snead?
Willie Snead the 4th. We don't know yet. I know Jonnu Smith is on there to help with the tight end situation. What's the other guy that you said?
Durham Smythe?
No, not Durham.
River
Smythe.
Craycraft?
River. Yeah.
Can we get a big year from Eric Izukama?
you better you would like it.
He looks super athletic. He says this is his year, but I mean, like, when is he going to say not this is
the number one question? How good will this offensive line be? Because I know a lot of people like to say you don't have to have a great offensive line when you have a quick release like Tua, but we also know that if Tua doesn't see that first read, or the spot is not there, and he's got to tap it, he's going to get sacked.
Well, you got to protect your quarterback, number one, because like you said, but also you got to run the ball, and you need some blocking.
That protects your ball. That protects your offense, your quarterback as well.
You're right.
So that's what. Look, man, it's all you can have all these Ferraris, McLarens, all of that, all these nice, beautiful sports cars, but if you ain't got the
sometimes you need a work truck, man.
If you don't got that tractor trailer,
you ever tried to help your friend move with your car?
If you don't got
that, a lot easier with the truck.
You need the U-Haul to get those cars going, man. You need that. You need those guys up front to block. And we all know he's a great player. He's voted by his peers in the top 100, but we all know he's gonna miss a minimum 4 games every season. Yeah, and he's already looking at retirement.
I pushed back last year and said he was going to play almost every game, and he didn't. Teron
Armstead.
And now I'm not going to push back. He probably will miss some games this year because he's older, injury prone, even thought about retiring, decided to play this year. Thank goodness for the salary cap and for the Dolphins.
And it would be, what I'm going to say right now? It would be this year where he plays 17 games when he's already said he's about to retire.
Yeah.
And then it's going to have people thinking, hey, Teron,
make another run.
Maybe you another one? And then it's like, nah, let me leave good alone. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to tell you this. If I play 17 games this year and I was thinking retirement, I'm retiring.
If you play 17 games this year
retiring.
And the Dolphins make a run to, let's say the AFC Championship,
I'm going to retire.
You don't think you come back for one more year, try to get that Super Bowl ring?
Because it was, you know why?
Look, we're getting way ahead of ourselves.
No, but I'm going to tell you why I'm going to retire. It's because the year that I say I'm going to retire, that's the year I played all my 17 games. That's God telling me, yeah, I'm going to grant you this last year because this is your year retiring.
Curtain call.
Yeah.
Now, Vlad, allow me to play the detractor, and I don't want to rain on.
I love when you play the detractor
this much. Okay, so awesome, Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, I don't have to be the petty guy now.
I'm just saying.
No, you're gonna be the detractor.
I can hear it right now because you and I are out and about a lot. You were at the Yankees. Where were you at the Yankees bar at the
Coconut Creek Seminole Coconut Creek Gaming?
You know me, I'm always at Duffy's, and I'm always talking to people. I can hear it in my ear right now.
Shout out to Apollo too, who was part of the crew. Mitch, Pete, Paulie, Joey C, and Johnny Quest, Mike, myself, the great servers out there.
You gave a shout out to yourself?
Of course, I'm always gonna big myself up.
I'll give you a shout out, Vlad. You don't have to ask me.
I'm always gonna big myself up. Come on.
Okay, nonetheless, let me play this part right quick. Tyreek Hill just gets a big contract extension. $90 million over the next 3 years, $65 million guaranteed, $106.5 million over the next 4 years, guaranteed. Tua Tagovailoa, we know he's making $53.1 million a year over the next 4 years. Tons of guaranteed money.
167 guaranteed.
Jalen Waddle, he got a big time contract. He's one of the top paid wide receivers in the league.
And by the way, Tua taking that deal is probably what also helped Tyreek get the money that he asked for.
Right. I want to ask you this, though, Vlad. How much better have the Dolphins gotten this offseason, though?
Not really.
Yeah. You know what I mean? We saw what this team did last year. Now, does the happiness and does the settling of the contracts help them relax and play better? Maybe. But still didn't beat the Bills last year. You still haven't really switched up a lot of pieces. Is that maybe a piece of concern right there that, yeah, sure, you paid a lot of people a lot of money, but these are guys that were already on the team last year. That was a wild card that lost to the eventual champion, Kansas City Chiefs. You got Jordan Poyer, granted, good player, good piece. You lost Christian Wilkins. The offense, we know it's going to be good. We don't know about the offensive line. Haven't really added a lot of pieces there. You kind of stayed in the same place as far as personnel for the most part. Is the happiness going to make you better?
No, there's no excuses for the guys this year.
No. It's all in now.
It's all in. Definitely all in this year, but your offense is there for the
3 or 4
for the next 3-4 years.
Yeah.
I was hoping for you to get better on the defensive end. And here's the thing, though. The reason why I can't say they're not better or they are better. It's because
You don't know.
You don't know because of the question marks of Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips
And
if
Anthony Weaver, first-year
and
defensive
Anthony.
coordinator.
Right. I think you have more question marks at the defense because you're replacing. You're replacing your third coordinator in 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
a lot of guys.
Christian Wilkins is gone.
Christian is gone. Van Ginkel's
gone. He was great.
Right. So it's a lot of, and then you got two studs who are hurt right now. You don't know when exactly they're going to come back.
Well, you don't know when or how they're going to come back. Remember that.
That also. That's a good.
Everybody
that's a
just
good point.
assumes they're going to come back and be 100% and play unbelievable, and they're going to be back. Hold up.
Yeah, no, it's when and how. You're absolutely right. The how is a very good. That's a very good point. You don't know when or how they're going to come back. So if those guys were put it this way, if those guys weren't hurt and they were healthy, and you had Anthony Weaver as your new defensive coordinator, but you also drafted Chop. You also drafted Kamara. You signed
Jordan Poyer and Fuller.
You signed Poyer, Fuller, and you signed Calais Campbell.
Oh yeah.
Right. Then you'll be like, oh,
they're still all in.
You're all in, but you like you're all in.
Oh
like,
yeah.
You got trips.
You're not bluffing.
You got trips. You got like 3 9s. And you just need to pair up the board to get that full house. You know what I mean?
I understand.
But now it's different.
There's a little more all in. There's all in.
You're all in, but it's
all
like
in.
You're all in with like an ace high.
Yeah. Look, there's all in. I'm all in, and then there's I'm all in.
You're all in, but you're all in with an ace high, and you're hoping that ace can win.
That is very interesting that you bring that up. Yeah. Maybe the mentality now, we know we're all in now. And the mentality of, we talked about it earlier with Anthony Weaver. This year, we're going to be bullies. We're going to be tough. Maybe that's enough. But they're still, man, like you said, we're all in. But are we all in?
Like, you're all in.
No, the chips are in.
The chips are in. I think we needed the injuries. The injuries are something, bro. The injuries are something deal. Because some of these guys are funny on Twitter. No, I have no low T, guys. Come on, man. And if I did, I would go to Atlantic's Meth Help. Look at me.
Thank you.
Look at me giving them a shout out, even though I have no deal with them.
I wish.
No.
Huh? What?
But if they weren't hurt and they were coming into the season, you would think with all now that Tua was signed, everything is going to be in place for the next 3 to 4 years. You're like, okay, this Dolphins team has a chance to upend Kansas City. They got a great nucleus. They got a good core. This is going to be Mike McDaniel's 3rd year. Like, yeah, this is it. Right now, it's a question mark. You're looking at them because the whole AFC East is a question mark. So you look at Miami, you don't think some people may have them as the favorites, others may not. But I do believe those 2 injuries weren't there. If Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips was healthy, I think Miami would be the AFC East favorite. And possibly the 2nd or 3rd best team in the AFC behind Kansas City and Baltimore.
I'm not going to let them slide. They put their chips in. Now they have to produce. I'm saying this year they need to win the AFC East to be successful, and they need to make it to the AFC Championship game. Because if we're all in for anything less than that, that's not a great all in, Vlad. And I know the injuries, and I know the factors can play all types of wreaks and havoc, but if you're all in and you can't win your division and you can't make it to the AFC Championship game, what are we doing here then? Trying to end the playoff drought of 24 years, win 1 playoff game? Is that all in? Is that what all in should look like? No, I'm not.
No,
I'm not letting it slide.
All in can be 9-8.
I'm not letting it slide where this team wins their first playoff game in 24 years and it's okay. No. We're paying big time bucks to big time players to do big time things. It's Mike McDaniel's 3rd year. It's 3rd year with Tua. Tua's been paid. Waddle's been paid. Tyreek's been paid. Got a new defensive coordinator. We got everything supposedly in line. We drafted guys to give the edge rush. We're all in. All in has to look like more than just 1 playoff win. It needs to look like winning a division and going to the AFC Championship game. And I'm going to hold them to that. It's simple. They've talked about being tougher. They've talked about being bullies. They've talked about, they haven't said all in, but their actions show it. You cannot let them slide by saying, well, really, we just want to win a playoff game. That is not the mentality that this team needs to have. I'm telling you right now, they need to win their division easily. When I say easily, they need to win their division. It's never easy. But what I'm saying is win their division, and they need to make it to the AFC championship game. That's what all in, at least minimally, has to look like. And if I'm asking for too much, let me know. 305-567-0560. You can also hit us up on the Twitch and the YouTube, 560 WQAM. Am I being irrational?
No.
Seeing what we're doing and saying, I'm going to hold you to a higher standard. I need a division win, and I need you to get to the AFC championship game at a minimum.
Well, you got to win a playoff game.
Well, but winning your division and going to the AFC championship game encompasses that. It means most likely winning 2 playoff games.
Well, if you win your division, you're hosting a home game.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's critical.
I think it's all dominoes that have to fall.
But here's the thing: you don't want to lose. What if you do win the division? You host a playoff game, and then you lose that playoff game.
Once again, that's not what all in needs to look like.
No, that's not all in, and then now that's added because it's not okay. First, we're saying that you know what I'm saying? Like, look, you just got to win. Plain and simple. No more excuses.
I don't care about your record I do care about your record, but I don't need 15 wins. Just win your division.
No more excuses.
It doesn't matter how you win your division. Win your division, host a playoff game, win that playoff game, maybe win another one, depending on what your record is, go to the AFC championship game. I'm not saying this team needs to win 12, 13 games this year. I'm not saying that. I'm not putting a quantified number on what their success would be and wouldn't be. I'm saying win your division, go to the AFC championship game. Simple as that. It's got to be, what are we doing if we're doing all in to not win our division and lose in the first round of the playoffs, or win a playoff game for the first time in 24 years and then get mollywopped in the second round of the playoffs, or whatever round you want to call that? What are we doing? Is that championship football? If that's okay? No,
they need to win, B. There's no more excuses, but it was
no more.
Put it this way. We said no more excuses last week what happened last weekend around this time?
And nothing's changed. No, things have changed.
No, things have changed. You've included, you running this back again. I'm glad you running this back because
that's your best opportunity.
Because you know what? No, because here's the thing, Cousin. Before we go to break, this whole thing, it began with the trade for Tyreek.
Yep.
Once Mike McDaniel had Tyreek Hill to go with Tua, after telling Tua, you are my quarterback, you can run this offense, I'm going to do everything in my power to make you successful. And the first thing they did was make a traded first-round picks to the Kansas City Chiefs to get Tyreek Hill. And all we've seen over these last 2 years, along with the drafting of Jalen Waddle prior, is this offense be one of the most electrifying offenses in the NFL. But with all this electricity, it kind of goes out late in the year in cold weather. But now you're like, okay, cool. You double back. Now you're like, all right, we're still going to do this. We're still going to run this offense. We're still going to keep these weapons. And we're not only going to keep these weapons, we're going to have them for another 3 to 4 years. So this is it, baby. This is what you got.
This is your team.
This is your team. And we're not giving you 3 years anymore because we know we got you for 3 years. We've seen what you've given us the first 2 years. You need to provide us with some results. And the results are winning winning division is great. But in making the playoffs, I'm going to be objective here because my team. I always got love for my team. But I think you are a playoff team. You made the playoff the last 2 years. You've won 11 games. You got to win 11 or more, correct?
I don't, like I said, I'm not putting a number on how much they win. They got to win their division.
But okay, winning
the Jets and the Bills be darned.
You know what? I give you that. They got to win the division because here's the thing. You've won 9 games with Mike McDaniel his first year. You were 9-8. Last year you were 11-6. So there was a 2-game improvement. And it could have been more if you didn't mess up towards the end. So now it's not only it's either win the division, definitely win a playoff game, and possibly AFC championship at worst.
No more excuses. We're going to get back more into this Tyreek Hill contract, to a contract situation, and Dolphins being all in next here on 560 WQAM. With signings of Tua Tagovailoa, now Tyreek Hill just happened. Big time guaranteed money. Jalen Waddle. You got now Jonnu Smith. Drafted in the 3rd round, another running back and Jalen Wright. The offense, you're all good. This Dolphins team, in a roundabout way, telling you they believed in their team last year when it was a number 1 seed for a while and had its own future in its hands. They're believing now that this is still a number 1 seed type team. Just injuries derailed them. And injuries were part of it, but also some of the play was a little questionable.
Yeah, thank you. I don't think it was injuries all doing that much, bro.
But they were a number 1 seed at one point in the season. Now, granted, they don't hand out number 1 seeds in the middle or even 3/4 of the season through.
Listen.
But they're telling you they believe this team because they have not changed all that much, Vlad.
Well, if they didn't change that much, you went from 9-8 in his rookie year and went to the playoffs and almost beat Buffalo in a wild card game with a backup quarter. What is that? 3rd string backup quarterback?
3rd string, Scott Thompson.
Right. And then you pretty much had the number 1 seed, or you were fighting with Baltimore, had a chance to beat Baltimore to become number 1. You got mollywhopped.
Mm-hmm.
And you lost a home game week 18 Sunday night for all the marbles for the AFC East. Which people always forget. They did give up a special team touchdown that cost them the game.
Cost them the game.
So, yeah, and that was the only guy. Remember, the streets needed a body. And by the way, I'm happy football's back because streets need bodies.
Streets need bodies.
Yeah, streets need bodies. Once football and basketball end, the streets are pretty safe.
Might have to have a new segment every week during football season.
Streets need a body.
Like,
yeah,
who's getting...
but nobody. There's no more. Listen, no streets have more bodies than the NFL streets.
No, the NFL streets are just littered with
bodies.
Carcasses
everywhere. Man, like littered. So that's why. But the summertime baseball,
not so much.
Streets are clean. Like the real streets are dangerous. The real streets are dangerous during the summer. Sports streets, clean. Clean. No, everybody's safe. You can walk around. All that.
Remind me, week 1 of the NFL, we have the new segment. The streets need a body.
Streets need a body.
And every week, you don't want to be on that list of guys that are girls whose bodies will be offered to the street.
Because there's already wanted people, like people who who
streets are calling.
That the streets are calling,
You don't want that call. You don't want to pick up the phone for that one.
Think about my coach, my quarterback.
Oh yeah, Robert Saleh's got
right.
Streets are
they're calling, but here's the thing though. He's putting it like this, but the streets need him. They need the Jets to talk about. So anything Jet related, they're going to talk about it. The same way with the Dolphins now. Now that the Dolphins have really signed, what can they talk about now about the Dolphins? They can't. The Dolphins gave Tua the money in the contract, so they believe in Tua for their future, for their now and their future. They signed Jalen Waddle. They signed Tyreek.
Oh, there could be none of this.
They signed Austin Jackson.
Well, there was a lot of turmoil in the locker room this year. That's what went wrong. They've done everything to make you happy.
Mr. Greer also kind of put a stop to the narrative that they don't sign their own players that they draft.
Nope.
They might not sign them in the defensive end, but maybe a defensive guy had to be sacrificed in order to keep those offensive weapons. You're not going to, if you sign Christian Wilkins, I don't know if you're able to sign Tyreek.
No.
And I don't know if you're able to
get
definitely
rid of Xavier Howard no matter what.
You were getting rid of Xavier Howard, and they still got money to spend, bro, like from the Xavier Howard contract. And by the way, somebody mentioned this the other day. Xavier Howard still hasn't been signed by anybody.
No, he's not.
He's still on the streets.
Yeah, someone asked me, like, well, where's he playing? I'm like, that's the interesting thing. No one wants to. He must just want too much money. I'm like,
or he might be one of those guys who doesn't want to go through training camp and all of that, and is just gonna wait till
or maybe figures their stock will go up, like as the season starts, or someone gets injured, they'll come up, they'll do their own training. But at the same time, like, no one snatched him up, right? Okay, we'll see. But this organization is telling you. Okay, and Vlad, you brought up a good point about the playoff games and everything. Playoff game, Mike McDaniel's first year. You going with a third-string quarterback. How are you supposed to win that game? It was because you had a third-string quarterback. Still almost won. Last year, at one point, you were a 1 seed in the AFC, and then injuries started taking effect, and the season played out as it did. Still got into a playoff game, and you played in negative 20 degrees against Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and the eventual Super Bowl champions. You're looking at it saying, it's a series of unfortunate events. This team, we know at its core, is very good. Don't have a third-string quarterback playing in a playoff game. Don't have a negative 50 degrees with Taylor Swift dancing in the suites. We're going to be okay. So they're kind of looking at it like, let's just have no serious, and there's always going to be unfortunates. The only glaring thing, Vlad, is go ahead and say, what's the one thing that is glaring about not unfortunate events is
Right, they don't run
last season.
Oh, well, yeah, when they don't run the ball and they lost. But that's what I'm saying. Listen, I think the team is good. I told you that I think the Jets. I've told you that the Jets and Dolphins are going to make the playoffs. I don't think Buffalo will make the playoffs this year. I know there's people that think like Richie, shout out to Richie, thinks that the three teams from the AFC East will make the playoffs. That's a possibility, but I just think Buffalo's taking a step back. I think the Dolphins right now, what they've done is low key. I think Chris Greer's had a good offseason, a really good offseason. And I think a lot of people take shots at him, sometimes rightfully so, but sometimes unjust, because he's been a general manager for a good while here. He's provided a winner over the last 2 years. Actually, 3 seasons, because right before McDaniel was there, Flores gave you a 9-8 record. So for 3 years now, you've had over a 500 record. You've made the playoffs over 2 years, and you've set yourself up for the next 3-4 years to be a contender.
I want to say this for a guy, Chris Greer, who's oftentimes caught a lot of heat. It's not on him anymore. It's on these guys that have gotten paid. It's on this team. He's basically said, here, what do you want? Here, take it. Just go out there and win. So I don't blame Chris Greer for anything. That if anything bad happens this year, it's on the players now and the coaches. Chris Greer's done his part.
It's on Mikey Fit now.
You can't ask Chris Greer to do any more than he's done, to be honest with you.
It's on Mikey Fit right now.
Realistically,
it's on coach, because
coaching and players.
Yeah,
you're right. It's on coaching and players right now, 100%. Stephen Ross, Chris Greer, they've done everything basically. I know they should have kept Christian Wilkins. Well, you can't keep everybody.
You're not going to be able to keep everybody as much as you want to. If you really understand if you start to understand the business of this game, you're going to understand that you'll realize that not everybody's going to be signed, especially when they outplay
their contract,
their contract, and they want to get that bag. If they're not able to give you that bag or the bag that you want, it wasn't like they didn't attempt to sign them, because there's some teams that don't even attempt to sign you,
right?
Or you got to go through this. You see it everywhere. You see with Dallas right now, they have 3 players that they got to deal with, and give Chris Greer and the Dolphins credit of how they handle their 3 stars compared to how Dallas is handling their 3 stars.
Still not signed.
Micah
Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, and Dak Prescott.
But Jalen Waddle signed. Tyreek Hill signed. Tua Tagovailoa signed.
All signed. We'll see what it means for the season coming up. We've got a final hour of the show also coming up here on 560 WQAM.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Pool party. It is breaking news. Tyreek Hill getting that contract. $90 million over the next 3 years with $65 million guaranteed. That brings his 4-year total of fully guaranteed money to $106.5 million. That deal has been negotiated by the Rosenhauses, his agent. Start wondering, Patrick Mahomes is such a nice guy. He's such an all-shucks guy. And I know he's got a lot of other things going on in his life. But does there get to be a point where Patrick Mahomes is like, really? Come on, man. You don't have to vote me number one in the top 100 NFL players. You can vote me third or fourth. And, I've taken a deal that is somewhat friendly to the team, and it's all about winning. Granted, don't get me wrong, but really? Really? There's got to be a point where Patrick Mahomes asks for some more money, if he hasn't already. There's just no way. The pound-for-pound best player in the game, you would think at some point he wants to be compensated that way. That would be me personally. And even though it's all about winning, I mean, he's gotten his winning done. I'm sure he has a lot more winning left in him, but he's at some point got to get paid. It's coming down to almost a respect thing, I would think, Vlad. Like,
for who?
Patrick Mahomes.
No, bro, he good, man. They gave him a raise last year. He's got like the third highest guaranteed money. He's like 202 guaranteed.
Still.
What do you mean still, bro? What are you talking about?
He's making like $45 million a year when other guys are making.
Yeah, that was 4 years ago. What do you? That's what I don't understand.
You don't think at some point?
Here's what. Not you, right? But here's what I don't understand, right? People that are bitching and criticizing about this. It's the same people that are saying that the Dream Team would beat the Supreme Team this year, or how basketball in the Olympics have changed. That they haven't realized that basketball in the Olympics has changed and evolved every year now. The way the life is now, every year is evolvement. Like what you saw in 20 or 2 or 3 years, things have just accelerated to the point where it's like, oh man, damn, a couple of years ago, Patrick Mahomes was the highest paid player with $45 million. Now we're 4 years late, 3-4 years later, we're looking at a guy in Dak Prescott who could be making $60 million. So what are they gonna do every year? Is Patrick Mahomes supposed to say go to Brett Veach and Clark Hunt of the Kansas City Chiefs and Andy Reid? Hey man, I'm making only $50 million this year. I just won another Super Bowl. I need a raise.
So what did Tyreek Hill do the day after Justin Jefferson signed his contract?
They gave him props and be like, hey man, Miami, you're gonna my contract's coming up soon. I know what the market is. I want to break the so-called market. Pay me, which is what happened. Like exactly what happened.
Still had 2 years on his contract.
But you knew what was going to happen. Everybody does that. Everybody does that. And the smart teams, they take care of it. Tyreek wasn't going to make us think about it. He said, don't trade me. So basically, what you got to give Tyreek credit in that he let it be known he wants a new contract, but he's not going to make a big stink about it. And the Dolphins were like, you know what, Tyreek, you've balled out. You've really balled out. You've probably outplayed your contract. You've outperformed your contract. You've been great. You've given us an identity. You're the number one player voted by your peers. My boy, you know what? Here's a 3-year extension for $90 million. Here's some guaranteed money. What's up?
Still trying to see how it's bigger or if it's better than Justin Jefferson.
And maybe he doesn't need the Justin Jefferson deal. You're living in South Florida. You're living in a, tax-free state. You good.
It said Justin Jefferson 4-year, $140 million, and includes $110 million guaranteed. Tyreek, they're saying his 4-year guaranteed is $106.5 million. So it's right below it, if I'm reading this correctly, and I'm not a lawyer or an agent, and I'm not getting paid any money.
Some guys may want to be the most. Some guys may just want to be around. in that
Tyreek Hill
vicinity.
Tyreek Hill had said he wanted to be the highest paid receiver in the game.
Right, but doesn't matter if they showing him love and they understand, because the teams are gonna say, "Hey, Tyreek, we can make you the highest paid, but if we could save $3 to $4 million, it can help us add some depth to our team." Same way Tua could have asked for 55. He took 51. Saved them money.
Tyreek Hill, team player, making it happen.
Isn't that what you guys want?
Of course, that's what you want.
So then, what's the problem?
It says the agreement gives Hill $106.5 million over 4 years, the most guaranteed money for a wide receiver ever in NFL history. Yet I'm reading that Justin Jefferson is $110 million.
That's good for Justin Jefferson.
No, but I'm trying to see where the
why are we complaining that Tyreek got 106?
No, but I'm trying to see how that is the most guaranteed.
It doesn't matter. Don't be a capologist. Let's move on.
I'm just trying to figure it all out.
Why?
Because I want to know where the reporting. I want to know where I'm missing something, because I'm obviously missing something.
Don't worry about it. Maybe Ian Rappaport messed up. Don't worry about it. Why are you worrying about it?
Journalism, man. It's about journalism.
You're the type of guy that
this is journalism.
You're the type of guy that's gonna mention that Jason Rosenthal hear this and it was like, you know what? We're not signing this. And then be like, we overheard the radio guy. And then all of a sudden, Sunday morning's paper, Dan
I don't want to be the person that takes anybody's money away.
Dan Day's on the cover of the Miami Herald on the Sunset.
We were ready to sign until we heard that we actually weren't the highest paid of all time. Guaranteed money. Oh, man. Okay, well, nonetheless, we do know he's getting $106.5 million over 4 years. That is guaranteed. And he's going to make $90 million a year over the next 3 years. $65 million guaranteed over the next 3 years. Yeah, I'm not a capologist, Vlad. I don't even know what that money type of money looks like anyway. But
no, I get you, because even ESPN says the deal brings 4 years. His 4 year total. Remember, you know why it might be more? You said he had 2 more years on his contract. This is an extension, so he already had guaranteed money already from the.
So maybe it's the previous guarantee.
And then, yeah, because it's just an added. They just restructured. They restructured his contract.
Ah, nice.
They restructured the contract, so it's still saying maybe. No, you know what? No additional years were added. They just gave him more money from the contract that he had now.
So they just threw him more money. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You see, all this information is coming very fast, by the way. Tua Tagovailoa making a lot more money now. They say that is a whopping pay increase. That's all I'm saying. Just know it's a lot of money, and he got what he wanted. And he's one of the highest paid non-quarterbacks in the league, and the most guaranteed money in some way, shape, or form. I'm believing the reports that I'm hearing from very good sources like Ian Rappaport. So, nonetheless, now is that Richie 954? Tyreek is shorter than Justin Jefferson. It's like, okay, let it be. Give us a minute where we can enjoy Tyreek Hill and Tua Tagovailoa and Jalen Waddle being signed, and we could talk about them winning the AFC East and them going to the AFC Championship game and let the chips fall where they may. Everyone's happy, right? Is anybody in this situation for the Dolphins not happy as far as player and organization wide? I know there's some fans that are going to be upset about it. There's always fans that are upset about things. Is there anyone player organization wise that is not happy about the situation they're in right now?
Javon Holland.
Javon has been forgotten about. He was the top rated safety for a long time last year before he got hurt, but maybe that's encouraging to him that he might get paid eventually, but there can't be that much money. Like we said, shedding Xavier Howard, cutting him, whatever you want to say, when I say restructuring his contract, signing the extension, freed up $22 million. Now Tyreek has gotten the deal. You've given up most of the money. How do you feel? And I know this is probably silly, but how do you feel as a defensive player for the Dolphins when you're seeing, especially if you're Javon Holland, all these guys getting paid big salaries on the offensive end, and on the defensive end, your big thing is you lost you lost Christian Wilkins. You got Jordan Poyer, Fuller, and you're Javon Holland, who's a top safety in the league, one of the top safeties in the league, and you haven't gotten your contract yet. How does that feel? I don't know. I'd like to hear from Javon. Javon works.
I mean, I could say if I'm Javon, how many years has it been for Javon?
This is going to be his 5th year.
So in 5 years, I've gone through 3 defensive coordinators, man. Like, and I've just been a loyal employee.
Like I said, Pro Football Network and Pro Football Focus had him rated as the number 1 cornerback for most of the year until he got hurt last year. And now you're looking for a contract.
But he was also doing a lot of.
Oh no, this is his 4th year. Okay, so
his 4th year.
That's why he's looking for the extension now. So
yeah,
it kind of sounds like you're out of luck right now.
Yeah, SOL, boss. Yeah, SOL. And it seems to me when you have an offensive-minded coach, a lot of the
league is moving towards offense.
A lot of the money's gonna go on the offensive end. And guess what? If you have a defensive-minded coach, most of the money would go to the defensive end.
So Javon's going into his 4th year. So that's one of those things they're probably going to say, you have to play this year, and then we'll negotiate when the salary cap goes up next offseason, which is probably beneficial because if Javon Holland balls out, the salary cap will go up and he'll be worth more money.
And people are asking, when is this going to stop?
Never.
It's never going to stop. Why should it stop? Why should we be upset and limit the fact that people can make an earning?
No, unless football for some reason becomes less popular, and I don't see that happening anytime soon. No, it's never going to stop. It's an arms race. It's always going to be an arms race, and rightfully so. I mean, there was a day and a time when our grandfathers or grandfathers mostly made a quarter an hour or $1 an hour. Well, when's it going to stop? When are people going to stop getting paid more? It's like never. It's just the cost of living. It's the inflation. It's the way things are. So happy to have Tyreek Hill. Happy to have Jalen Waddle here. Happy to have Tua here. We know what our offense, at least for the most part, is going to look like for the next, 3 years, Vlad? Safely?
Yeah, 3 years.
Safely 3 years, because Tua's got a 4-year contract. Extension.
Well, the extension starts next year. So,
right.
So very clear.
No. He has 5 years.
It's 3 years.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying realistically, and then it's on paper 5.
It's 3 to 4.
3.
But it's not 5.
No, come on. That's what I'm saying. Let's break it down. Don't just look and say, well, he's got 5 years left on his contract. No, he doesn't. He's got, realistically, for the next 3 years, you know what the heart of your offense is going to look like. And if they keep winning, Mike McDaniel should be there still. And I'm expecting him to still be there. You know what you look like. And of course, you got a rookie running back in Jalen Wright. Raheem Mostert's getting older. He's 31. Nonetheless, you got Devon Achane. He's a young running back. Jonnu Smith. You never know. There's going to be pieces intermitted throughout. But nonetheless, you know what your offense is looking like. Now we got to just see if the defense and the offense can get it clicking. And like Vlad said, it's the end of the season when it's cold and when it counts. It all counts. Don't get me wrong.
And it starts Thanksgiving night.
Yeah. I want to go through that schedule again, man.
Well, I was wrong. I was corrected. I should have known better than challenging, South Florida's best weatherman, which is Leroy Horde. And he said he lived in Green Bay. And I'm thinking, nah, man, Thanksgiving night's going to be cold. He's like, nah, it's probably going to be like 35 degrees.
Cold.
Well, it's not as cold as it could be in Green Bay. If it's 35, Miami should be able to handle it. It gets to the low 30s down here at times during the winter.
Low 30s.
Oh, high 30s.
I want to say that one time it dipped down to like 45, and it was the
it's
coldest
gotten to 30.
in.
It's gotten to 39 degrees out here, man, that night before. I'm not wrong, South Florida. I've been here for over 27 years. There was a 12-year in and out period with California.
I'm seeing a lot of 1989, 1917.
Listen, if it's 36, 35 degrees, and it shouldn't be bad. If you played 40, if it's been 40 degrees down here, you've had cold of 40, you should be able to
44 degrees was the coldest it got last year.
Okay, so you should be able to handle 35.
Yeah, you're a pro athlete. You should be able to
handle another 8 degrees of cold.
But it's going to be, okay, but nonetheless, it's a road game. It's against Green Bay,
right?
And it's Jordan Love, and all eyes are watching. Okay, that begins the gamut that you have to go through. Then you host the Jets, December 8th. Vlad thinks the Jets are going to be really good. I think it's still a question mark.
Hey, Richie thinks this is going to be the battle of undefeated.
That's a strong take right there. Good time.
Other people obviously think that, you guys are going to kick our ass or the Jets will suffer. So I like it.
So then you get the Texans the next week on the 15th at Houston. At Houston.
That's a big game. That's a nasty 3-game stretch right there.
No, and
there's more.
We're going through the gamut of the end of the year. It's all starts that November 28th night, Green Bay. Then the Jets, once again, kind of a question mark. The Texans, once again, I'm a doubting Thomas. I do think they're good. I don't know.
Wait a minute. You're jumping off the CJ Stroud?
No. I think CJ Stroud is great. I'm just
You're the
not,
one that put me on. You were the one.
Yeah, no, I believe. I just believe also, Vlad, like you say. Now,
Oh, there's film. They
it's
got
not
film.
just CJ
They got
Stroud.
film on you now.
It's the Texans in general.
And they have film on CJ
Oh,
Stroud.
CJ Stroud
No.
and the Texans, they're the greatest team. Did you not see what they did
No,
last
because
year?
everybody's cool pick right now. Everybody
Right.
wants to be. They want to jump on the bandwagon. But like you said, I guess you're backing up my point. They have film on you now.
And you're not sneaking up on anybody.
You're not
this
sneaking
year.
up on anyone. They are ready for you and they're gunning for you.
Right.
You got an X on your back.
Right. It's a different animal.
It's a different animal. And they listen,
I don't want to hear that. If you're good, you're good. No.
Other than I think the Las Vegas bookkeepers are the smartest men in the world.
Well, yeah.
In the top 3 of smartest people in the world.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
Number 1 is Las Vegas bookkeepers. The ones that set the lines.
Did I tell you I talked to one of them one time?
Really?
Yeah, and I said, "What's your favorite sport?" And the guy goes, "I don't watch sports." I said, "Well, then how do you make lines for sports?" He goes, "I'm a mathematician. I look at the numbers."
Yeah.
And I was like, "They're playing on a totally different field than us."
No.
They don't care. They don't feel these things.
Different. They just see they see the pattern. They know what it is, and they damn right nearly every time.
That's because they don't get involved in the sport. They get involved in the math.
And let me tell you another group of people who are the top 5 smartest people in the world. Defensive coordinators.
We got Anthony Weaver.
They watch film, they break it down, they make it their livelihood to stopping other people's offenses. And they're gonna be gunning for the Houston Texans and CJ Stroud. So I think they're still gonna be a good team, and to face them after facing Green Bay on Thanksgiving night, and then the Jets, and then you go play Houston, and then now after Houston, you got to face who?
A team I think we all can agree on it's going to be pretty good. The 49ers are coming to town.
That's nasty work. That's a nasty 4-game stretch right now.
Oh, no, Vlad, it's not done, because the following week, you go to the Cleveland Browns.
That's a Sunday night game.
Sunday night, 8:20.
What date is that?
December 29th.
That is cold.
Yeah, it's going to be cold. It's going to be unforgiving in Cleveland, too.
And then you play the Jets in New York.
On a to-be-determined date.
On a to-be-determined. And New York in January is cold.
Vlad would know. You know what?
And the winds in that stadium are nasty.
The narrative of this team needs to be tougher, needs to play better at the end of the season, and better in the cold. They can change that narrative real quick.
But this is why I believe that with this focus on trying to change the narrative and the stigma on the team, I think they're gonna have to start off to another great start now.
Vlad, I never said I've been saying this for a long time. I'm not worried about the first 10 games.
No, they always do well.
Worried about the last 7.
That's the key.
And I'm not saying it because it's this murderer's row. That makes me even more scared. I'm saying it because we don't have a problem.
That's a nasty 7
early in the year. We have problems at the end of the year, and the schedule makers did not give the Dolphins any favors. Now,
wow.
Let me pump a little sunshine because my name is Day. So let's do this. Jordan Love, they're also coming for you. They also got tape on you. You did it for half a season last year and 2 playoff games. Now you have to do it for a whole season with people coming for you and gunning for you and studying up on you. The Jets, once again, question mark.
Ain't no question mark, man.
Okay. Texans, once again, they're coming for you. They're gunning for you. You're not sneaking up on anybody. 49ers, I really can't say anything bad about you. You go ahead. You come in here and hopefully.
I think Brandon Ayuk and Teron and Silverback will be back.
49ers, I hope you come in here and take a beating or at least a loss or at least a good game. The Browns, you don't know who's going to be quarterback, but that didn't really matter last year, so that's going to be tough. And then the Jets, last game of the year, question mark. So there's that's still tough, man. That's tough. Well, we'll see how good of a team we are. We'll see how good of a team we are. We got the players, got the pay. Now can we play? Going to find out about that. More on the Tyreek Hill, Tua Tagovailoa. Who else are we throwing in there? Jalen Waddle. Who else? Throw some more people in there. Odell Beckham Jr., Jonnu Smith. Let's talk about some defensive guys. Who's on the defense that we need? Zach Sealer. Anybody else on the defense we want to throw in there, Vlad? Jalen Phillips, get healthy. Bradley Chubb. They're both. Oh, no. Bradley Chubb is not Jalen Phillips. One of the top 100 voted by their peers. We need you. Get better. More of that next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM. And all the excitement of us talking about the Dolphins signing players, winning the AFC Championship, and eventually winning the Super Bowl, we got distracted, man. Our girl, Sha'Carri Richardson, was running the final of the 100. I swear, Vlad, 45 minutes ago, she was running her heat for the 100. Then 45 minutes later, running the final. Have good news and bad news. Good news, she medaled. Bad news, she was defeated by Julian Alfred of St. Lucia.
She was fast, bro.
Julian Alfred. They showed the watch party in St. Lucia for her. It looked like it was in someone's backyard, but those people were wilding, and rightfully so. Congratulations, man.
Congratulations.
Julian Alfred did beat Sha'Carri, in the semifinal heat, and then she beat everybody in the final. Sha'Carri Richardson, we love her. I love her so much. Comes in second, and another American lady comes in third. So
we got the silver and the bronze.
Melissa Jefferson comes in third.
Shout out to, congratulations to Melissa Jefferson and Sha'Carri, who was very, very such a good sportsman in defeat. She's becoming one of my favorite athletes right now.
I love her.
Yeah, I absolutely love her too. But
I've fallen in love. I mean, I've always been in love with Simone Biles, of course, because everybody does. But Sha'Carri is also my love of this.
Because it was like it almost seemed like everybody was out to get her 3 years ago, and all she's done is really matured and just showcase her skills and talent.
Right. She's a very
I want to say she's polarizing because she's not.
She's not. But she's very vocal and very she's a sprinter. I mean, I guess best put, she's a sprinter, and that can be, especially a woman and a woman of color, can be very offsetting to a certain demographic of people. But she's unapologetically herself. I applaud that. I love that. But yeah, and I understand you break rules, there's consequences. And I understand there's no excuses, but I think you were a little hard on old Sha'Carri 3 years ago.
Yeah, Caribbean people are fast, man.
I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I'm not gonna say it, but goodness gracious.
We are some fast people.
Woo!
Man. He ran fast.
Julian Alfred had smoke on that track.
And we thought the semifinal run she was running too hard. That was nothing. That one she ran a
10.72.
And what Sha'Carri ran a 10.9?
It was probably somewhere around 10.87.
It's not bad.
I mean,
her pickups. Look, if she can ever get out the block,
Sha'Carri has that problem of leaning back a little bit sometimes coming out the blocks.
Because if you see, you're like, oh, she's gaining on her. She's gaining on her to the point. You know what it is? She's probably so good in 200 that maybe it's because she's running 100 and 200 so many times. She forgets maybe that sometimes this is a 100-meter race instead of 200 because it looks like, because what did I keep on telling you? If this was a 200-meter race, she beats her.
Right. In a 200-meter race, yes. And Sha'Carri is still available to run the 200 and can possibly medal in that. She came in third at the World Championships, and she's going to be in the 4x100. So more chances for her to medal. But the girl from Jamaica, a woman, I should say, that runs the 200, she's trying to catch FloJo. It's kind of, I'm not going to say it's a one-woman race because it's the Olympics. She won the 100 and the 200 in the last Olympics, but she's trying to catch FloJo's record of like 35 years. Can you believe FloJo's record for the 200 has stood for 35 years? Vlad?
Dude, FloJo was different, man.
I love FloJo.
That was a different animal.
But how can you be that fast and that record not be broken?
Because she was that fast.
What about Ben Johnson? Is it Ben Johnson?
Well, Ben was taking roids. FloJo wasn't taking roids.
FloJo was clean?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Clean.
I mean,
and beautiful.
Flawless skin. Like, and hair.
And nails.
I don't even want to get into her athletic talent. Like, that speaks for itself. The record stood.
And I
don't want to also jinx it.
You're going to be a nasty man and just talk about her beauty?
No. I mean, her athletic prowess stands for itself. She has a record that stood for 30 some odd years. This is not a jinx. This is just me stating fact. Goodness gracious.
Hey, does Katie Ledecky ever take a day off?
Katie Ledecky, all she does is swim every single day.
And
she's
just
in
win.
first place right now. Well, she hasn't won any gold here.
And then, is this a gold medal race? Is this
this is a final? I learned with that Sha'Carri race just now that when it says final at the bottom of the screen, it is a final. I totally didn't know. I thought that was the 200. I was like, she wouldn't be racing 45 minutes after she had a heat. Nope, she's out there making it happen. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, this is a close race.
But it's a long race.
Oh,
It's an 800-meter race, and they're at 100 meters right
Oh
now.
no, this is nothing. You saw what she did in the 1500. This is nothing for her. This is half the race.
Have you ever swam
No.
a full lap?
Come on, man. I told you I don't swim.
Oh yeah, that's right, Vlad. You don't swim, so you have no idea how taxing it is on your body to swim fast.
Don't know what that is.
Goodness gracious. But yeah, shout out to the Caribbean. Some of their racers are just unbelievable. And, it all starts with the greatest runner of all time, as we all know.
Usain Bolt?
Usain Bolt. No questions asked. Sorry, Carl Lewis. You were great.
Wait, Michael Johnson.
Sorry, Michael Johnson. You were great.
Don't forget Michael
I'm
Johnson.
not forgetting. I'm just stating what I believe to be fact. Usain Bolt, the greatest sprinter.
I'm not saying
Although
you're wrong.
today, and yeah, I've been meaning to get to this actually. Today is actually a very big historic day that I've been wanting to get to. On this day in 1936, Jesse Owens won his first gold medal of 4.
The greatest track
right in front of one of the biggest bastards of all time.
No. He automatically wins for winning the race and making Hitler look like an ass.
Hitler was so mad.
He did. Yo, you talking about?
He wanted to conduct a study.
You talking about royally pissed? Like
that you're
pissed?
That you're trying to quote unquote start a master race, and Jesse Owens comes into your house and
Molly
wins all
watches.
4 events. Boom, 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 boom. Take that.
Pimp smacking.
Take that.
Take that.
So on this day in 1936, Jesse Owens wins his first gold medal of the Olympic Games in Berlin, Germany, in the 100 meters. Want some more history? I got some cool history for you.
Come on, man.
Satchel Paige.
Oh, come on, baby.
At age 42.
Was striking out.
Debuts for the Cleveland baseball team.
Guardians.
And they win 5-3 in 1948. A 42-year-old man that's probably pitched. I mean, back then they didn't do 2, 3, 4 innings, Vlad.
By the way, are we sure Satchel was 42? He might have been 47.
Satchel might have been 70 at that point, for all I know. Goodness. And back then, dude, they didn't pitch short games. These guys.
No, they went like 9, 10, 12 innings.
If you left in the 8th, you were like, oh, mate took a day off. And Satchel played in the old Negro leagues, which meant every single day, Satchel, we need you out there. But I pitched 12 innings yesterday.
And
give us another 9. That's all I'm asking. You want some more? I got you. Barry Bonds passes Babe Ruth with his 315th lifetime home run back in 2006.
No, 750. Can't be 350.
715? I thought I said.
I think you said 350.
Well,
maybe
I'm
I heard.
sorry I shorted you 400, Barry. I apologize. Don't get mad at me. And we already talked about this. Diana Taurasi, first WNBA player with 10,000 points. That was on this day 1 year ago.
Nice.
Happy birthday, Tom Brady, 47.
He still wants to play.
I really imagine right now he's on Star Island, like cleaning up his deck, and he's got us on right now, and it's like, oh man, this guy's wishing me happy birthday.
He's getting ready for training camp and the games that he's gonna have to call with for Fox.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to hear his take on the game.
Well, his first game is in the regular season will be Cowboys Browns from Cleveland.
Snoop Dogg's pseudo girlfriend Martha Stewart is 83 today.
Oh, nice. I like how you said pseudo girlfriend.
Snoop Dogg's been all over these Olympics.
Oh,
too,
he
man.
has been the motivation to a lot of these U.S. athletes when they see him. You saw how when the gymnasts, the women gymnastic team saw Snoop, they were like doing the Snoop dance. And
I ain't gonna lie. If I saw Snoop in real life, I'd be pretty motivated too.
Man, one of the best signs I've ever had was with Snoop.
My only interaction with Snoop,
needless to say, there was I was foggy after the
encounter. I had a totally different encounter. They told me to go onto his tour bus.
Oh,
because he was late to the show.
Then you must have been foggy going in.
No. Well, I went in and he was like, "Hey man, what's the crowd like out there?" And I was like, "Oh, it's sold out. It's been sold out for months." He's like, "Is it a heavy drinking crowd? You think they're getting their money?" And I was like, "It's packed." And I mean, I see a lot of gin and juice. And he was like, "Oh, sweet. First of all, business all the way." And then he does this. You can go tell them I'm not going in until the Lakers game is over. He watched the whole Lakers game, then he did his show.
No, well, yeah, there's a lot of people like that. Floyd Mayweather once when he fought Pacquiao.
Man, that thing took forever.
You know why, right? Because the Clippers were playing the Spurs and Chris Paul hit the game winner in game 7.
Right. But I just like whenever I tell people I was on the tour bus with Snoop, they're like, holy crap, man. And it's like, it was all business, 100%. That's why you see Snoop Dogg being so successful, because he knows how to manage his life and his career. So kudos to him. One more birthday sort of today. The great Tony Bennett was born on this day in 1926. Of course, he did pass away last year. Tony Bennett. Unbelievable. I have to go see Giuseppe today. That's one of his favorites. Go listen to some Tony Bennett. Good times. Good times. Tyreek Hill, one of the greats of all time, just signed that big contract extension. $90 million over the next 3 years, $65 million guaranteed, 4-year total, fully guaranteed money, $106.5 million. That always freaks me out, Vlad, because you know what guaranteed money is. It has to go into escrow. It has to be actual money. You can't just say, I promise over 4 years, I'll pay you $106.5 million. And if I don't, you can sue me. Vlad, it goes into an account. Actual money.
Okay.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way. I didn't learn that the hard way. But when Deshaun Watson did it, and they said that's why a lot of player owners and stuff were mad, were for the simple fact that it's not as easy as just guaranteeing the money. It is bonded guaranteed money. It's guaranteed right now. Stephen Ross is putting $106.5 million into a quote unquote escrow joint account, as we like to call it. The legal people call it escrow. We call it joint.
Is it to protect the player or is it to protect the team?
It's to protect the player.
Okay.
Because, I mean, it's got to be guaranteed. Therefore, the league mandates that you actually have the money to be guaranteed. Because I can guarantee you, Vlad, right now, $400 million. And then if I don't come up with it, you could sue me. But what are you going to do? You can't get blood from a turnip. So, yeah, this is money that is actual hard money that is put into a quote unquote, pardon the Snoop Dogg pun, joint account, and that money is yours as long as whenever the time comes. So it's not as simple as just a promise. It's not a promise ring, Vlad. It's a wedding ring. I don't know if that makes any sense whatsoever.
Somebody texted from the 754 in 1936. The Nazi athletes were taking the horse shot.
They were
painkillers, cortisone, and adrenaline, along with a weekly dose of testosterone. Somebody said Hitler himself was on meth at the games, and he still couldn't beat Jesse Owens.
That's true. These athletes were on every possible drug in 1936 for the German team, and Jesse Owens still smoked the hell out of them.
God.
And Jesse Owens, correct me if I'm wrong, and I could be wrong. I don't have it.
Yo, Ledecky's a monster, bro.
She just killed everybody.
Dude, did you see how she just swam right past them? Like, they were close, and then she just took off.
So yesterday she became the most decorated female Olympic athlete of all time. Today she adds to that with a gold medal in the 800.
I just thought about something watching her race, and it's did
it inspire you to learn how to swim?
No, but it inspired me to make sure I keep my endurance up, because I'm trying to figure out if this girl just swam 10 minutes. How many minutes she just swam?
About 10 minutes, yeah.
About 10 minutes,
yeah.
Going back and forth
as fast as she possibly could the whole time.
As fast as she could. What do you think her endurance is?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
She beat Titmus too.
Yeah, I might need a blue chew.
Blue chew. So I
might have to go to Men's Athletics Help.
Oh,
yeah.
Joe's
Atlantic Men's Health. Yeah.
Talk to Joe. He'll get you.
I might have to talk to Joe because come on, man. This woman has unbelievable endurance. Like, she masters the long swimming competition. The long distance swimming competition.
Yeah, it's true.
She's the machine.
I got sidetracked with your Katie Ledecky love that I was trying to make a point that was halfway silly but halfway serious, but I don't remember.
I just gave you a halfway silly, halfway serious.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of gone off the rails. I guess try to make sense of it all when we close out the show next here on 560 WQAM.
free Odyssey app. Download it today and make us your favorite station. Same great shows, same great games. Plus, you can use the rewind feature and listen to anything you missed. Hurry!
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Of course, Tyreek Hill got the big contract. He is now one of the highest paid, most guaranteed money players in the league. We know we got him for a while, along with Tua Tagovailoa, Jalen Waddle, Michael Game. We're going to make that magic happen. Wanted to get back to my quick point about Jesse Owens before we got sidetracked. It wasn't like Jesse Owens was one of these Olympic athletes today that all year long they train, they eat. I'm guessing, I could have been wrong, but before the 36 Olympics, Jesse Owens probably worked a day job, and then after he got off of work, went and did some training. I don't think he was a full-time athlete. I think he really probably was like most Olympic athletes at the time, amateur athletes. And then he went in there and smoked everybody at the 36 Olympics, including the Germans who were loaded up full of drugs and were also good athletes themselves. Hitler was furious. Yeah, Jesse Owens.
Yeah, baby.
I was told there would be drugs. Sorry. Why you not win? Why not on drugs? They were. It's just that much better. Nonetheless, I was going to say congratulations, Jesse Owens, but no, not congratulations. That was 1936. Just great moment in history right there.
Thank you, Mr. Owens. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, man. And did it with dignity and class, too.
Absolutely.
And one of the best, man. Some of the guys like Jackie Robinson, you just got to tip your hat. Satchel Paige rolling out there at the ripe age of 58.
That's nasty work right there, right?
Was there any way he was 42, Vlad, when he first made his Major League Baseball debut? Maybe 44. Maybe. Nonetheless.
I think he was 47, bro. I would say he was 47. I'd say he was 47.
I remember one time my grandmother, now this is how much people stayed in touch with, all that stuff. One time my grandmother goes, oh, wait, there's my birth certificate. What's my real name? Her real name is Eugenie. She goes, my name's Eugenie? I'm like, well, Mimi, you've lived your whole life. You don't know your real name? She goes, I don't know about all that.
They don't care about that.
They really didn't back then, man. Just, when was I born? When did they say I was born? Whatever. What's my name? Nonetheless, it's a different world back then, man. I just never forget my grandmother looking up what her real name was on her birth certificate and being surprised. Not like, oh yeah, like me, like I don't think I'm gonna get to it. And she was a full capacity. Don't get me wrong. Like it wasn't like, oh my God, like me, like I don't think I'm ever gonna have a day where I'm like, well, what's my real name again? Let me go check my birth certificate.
I mean, it's pretty simple. Stan Day.
It's Daniel Day. Yeah.
Can't get any simpler than that.
I don't know. Vlad, what are you doing the rest of the day? Are you going to go home and watch the rest of the Olympics? Are you going to watch the Yankees who are beating the Toronto Blue Jays?
Well, the Yankee game should be over by the time this show is over.
So it's like bottom of the ninth, top of the ninth. Okay, yep.
Yeah.
Anything exciting? I know last night you had a little Yankees.
Yeah, it was. It was one. No, it was funny. It was a last minute thing. And it was needed. Probably go, see some family members that need to be checked out and watch SummerSlam. SummerSlam's tonight.
Is it 2 nights or just one?
No,
night?
It's one night. It'll be 2 nights, either beginning next year or in 2026. But it's only one night. But we get the chance to see CM Punk return to the ring in the WWE for the first time since the Royal Rumble, but his first singles match on live TV. That's going to be fun. We may get to the appearance of Roman Reigns. We haven't seen Roman Reigns since WrestleMania, which was April. So it might be his first time back. And that's it, bro. There ain't really nothing much popping.
I saw Dustin Rhodes was making a comment about following his father's footsteps. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. Speaking of Jesse Owens.
Yeah, well, Dusty Rhodes. You wine and dine with kings and sat in the alleys and ate with homeless people and ate pork and rides,
Oh,
yeah.
Man. He was a phenomenal athlete, by the way.
I totally messed up the comment, but it's basically I wine and dine with kings and queens, and slept in alleys and ate porks and beans, something to that effect.
Speaking of pork and beans, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to go home. I got a recipe. I'm going to make dinner tonight. I do not know how to cook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take videos throughout the night and I'm going to post them on our YouTube page over the next day or two. I don't know how it's going to work. I'm going to follow the recipe as good as possible.
Just don't kill anyone. That's all I ask.
I know. I'm really worried. I'm going to try to do it sober. You know how that goes. It's creamy vegan pasta. I think that's what it's called. I might want to check that. So yeah, I'm going to cook dinner and then I'm going to take my bunnies for a walk. I'm going to go down to the beach and maybe go to a bar. I'm taking my bunnies. I told you I'm trying to, like introduce them to dive bars and, restaurants and stuff. So I think I'm going to take them after I finish cooking, for better or for worse. I got a bunny stroller. I'm going to bunny them down to the beach and go to like an open air bar down in North Beach and maybe order a couple drinks. And then on the way back, stop at Bob's Your Uncle, my neighborhood dive bar. It's real close to home, and take them in and order a couple beers and see how it goes. Videos will be up. I'm going to take the videos. If anything gets really crazy, Vlad, I'll call you.
Okay.
I mean, I'm there for you if you need anything.
I'm saying, okay.
You see, very hesitant. Should I call Tyreek Hill? I mean, he's got a great contract right now. He's got some.
You might want to call Tyreek, man. He's got money to spend.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. It'll be Tyreek Hill 1A and you 1B. See which one picks up first.
You and the bunny. It's like, okay.
Bunnies.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
They're all fixed. So people always go, can you have multiple? I'm like, they're all taken care of. So Vlad, hope you have a great day. Tomorrow, noon to 4, we'll be back. Daniel Solana will be joining us.
Yes, sir.
More Olympic act, more breakdown on Tyreek Hill, more of everything. We broke the Tyreek Hill story. Vlad, you did that. Congratulations. I don't know how to point in this thing. Thank you so much. We'll be back tomorrow, noon. For my cousin, Vladimir Lewis, I am Dan Day, and this has been Sports Day on 560 WQAM.
Later, fools.
Text WQAM on the Kendall